Hello everyone and welcome to the build-up show. West Ham against Tottenham, just an hour and 5 minutes away, which means lineups are just 5 minutes away. But it's good news for West Ham fans. What you'd expect the lineup to be, I think, but we'll get confirmation in 5 minutes. Anyway, just myself today. Can I put with just Gio because Gonzo is at the game? It's his first game of the season. But not only that, he's getting to take his daughter to her first ever West Ham game today as well. So a big event for the Gonzo family today. Fingers crossed that she can witness West Ham winning their first ever West Ham game as well. Gets the bug. You need to get them. You need your kids to get the bug, don't you? Taking them to a game where the atmosphere will be really good. We beat your rivals and stuff. It's not going to get better than that for her. It's all downhill from here. If West Ham beat Tottenham today, Gonzo's daughter's only going to be set up for disappointment in the future when she attends games. But anyway, lineups in a few minutes. We'll have our little bet as well. Charlie will be here for the watch along after myself. So got you lots of content coming up for you in the next couple of hours, so don't go anywhere. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and drop a like on the video if you don't mind. Now, just been watching the actually in the live chat today. Be as chatty as possible. I'm going to rely on you lads in the live chat and girls to keep me going. It's difficult to chat for 35 minutes by yourself, but Darren is asking, is anyone nervous about today? He does not want to lose. Yes. I'm not as nervous as I should be, I think. I'm a little bit, but I think it's because I'm so confident, and it's not a good thing. I've been reading a lot of West Ham fans on social media just before I come on here. You know, we go live at 5:02, sat down at 10:02. I thought, I've got 5 minutes till I'll just have a little flick. There's a lot of people are a lot more nervous than I am, not as confident. You know, did a little tweet in Hammer's chat asking how people are feeling. And a lot of people saying, I'll take a draw. And I understand that. I know some people will say, oh, you know, what kind of mentality is that? But I get what they're saying. Just avoid defeat. I don't agree with it myself because I think we will win. But he is Tom. We'll get confirmation in 3 minutes, but I believe he is starting. And Finn's saying that he's nervous because we really should be winning. I think that's a sticking point for a lot of people because it's the first time in about a decade since we've been favourites to beat Spurs at home. And, you know, for years gone by, we've had to watch them qualify for the Champions League, have some very memorable nights in European football away to AC Milan, beating Ajax in the Champions League semi-final. Obviously, they took part in a Champions League final, didn't win it. It was the most boring Champions League final I've watched in a long time. But the Spurs have always been above us. But we've leapfrogged them now. We are the better side. Now, yes, looking at the Premier League table, they are above us. But I don't think that will be the case come the end of the season. Am I wearing my Man City t-shirt? I guess so. I'm getting it over and done with because tomorrow we've got the Man City previews. I can't wear it then. Can't wear it Wednesday night against Man City. So I thought today's a good day to wear my Man City top. I didn't really think that, but I'm just trying to get out of it. Charles says that he's not nervous. We're doing well in all competitions, and in dropping points, we'll still be on course for European football again. Completely agree with that. Also, you know the losses. You have to remember the 2 losses so far this season have come in the last minutes, the final minutes of the game. Well, like I said a couple of days ago, you know this is a huge compliment to West Ham that Nuno rested his complete starting 11 in midweek. Now, I don't care if it's the Europa Conference League and they don't care about it. I think they should, because I think that's a route into European football for them. But it's a compliment to West Ham and how far we have come. I'm not nervous either. I'm still feeling good. Tom's saying that both are playing after Europe. The difference is, Tom, they've rested their complete 11 ahead of today. We'll get confirmation in just a minute if that is the case, but there's certainly didn't play anyone that started against Newcastle last Sunday when they won. Paul said he's at London Stadium. He's on the second beer already. And Robert is saying that the atmosphere will be the difference. I think so. I'm a bit gutted that I couldn't go today. Trains meant that I couldn't make it there. The earliest I could arrive into London was 1 p.m. and then getting to Stratford would take about an hour. So I'd have got there just before kickoff, maybe. But so I let Gonzo have my ticket, and like I said at the start, he's taking his daughter to the first ever West Ham game, so makes it worthwhile a little bit. Plus, this is work now. This is work. It's important that we do these videos because it generates money for Hammer's chat. This is our job. Oh, Tom saying we've lost both our games after European football. Yeah, it is, but I'm not sure it's as a result of European football. You know, Brentford was the very last minute, and you know Brentford was just a good team. And then Man United was late on, and we could have scored an equaliser in the last minute as well. So I'm okay. No Nonsense Football says he's relaxed with a good side. Me as well. Contact Light says need a solid covering performance from Rice today. Think in possession were great, but we need a back four to be supported when defended. Right, so we'll take a little look at the West Ham team now. Fabianski is in goal as always with our back four. No Soufal. Let me just check the bench. No Vladimir Soufal at all. Soufal doesn't even make the bench. Ben Johnson starts right back. The pair in the middle continues with Ogbonna and Kurt Zouma at centre-back, with Adam Creswell left-back. Centre midfield of Declan Rice and Thomas Souček. And then we've got Mikel Antonio up front. Antonio's fine. He's up front with an attacking trio. Pablo Fornals, Said Benrahma, Jared Bowen. Our first 11. Bar Soufal, that's our first 11. But certainly, to the players available to David Moyes, that's as strong as it can go. Got no complaints whatsoever with that starting team. And I said in the preview, it's a bit of a weird thing. I think Soufal being injured makes it easy for Moyes as to what to do at the right back spot. I've seen in comments of the preview of the video we did, some people were saying we should play Fredericks right back because of the pace against Son. I understand that. I understand that argument, but I'm pleased to see Ben Johnson still getting a run in the team. I think he's in really good form. And I think in the past, last season, the season before, often he would get into the team, play well, but come out the team just because, Anna Creswell was coming back or Soufal was coming back, whatever. And it was hard for him to get a run. He's got an opportunity now to get a run in the team while Soufal's injured. And, starting 11, like I said, I've got zero complaints with this start team. I think it's bang on. Now, James is just giving it away a little bit. Just had a little look at the bench, and Fredericks is not on the bench. So let me just quickly read the bench out to you. We've got Diop, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Dawson, Vlasic, Masuaku, Ashby, Noble, and Areola. So no Ryan Fredericks on the bench. Harrison Ashby's there. Good to see him still involved. I think that's it, really. I think Fredericks and Soufal are the only players missing, really. So yeah, strong enough bench from West Ham, an expected bench, if you like, but that's starting 11. Happy days. I'm enjoying that. Right, let's take a quick look at the Tottenham team, and then I've got a little favour from you. Not for you, I'm not doing you a favour. I need you to do me one. Right, let's take a little look at this Tottenham team. In goal is Hugo Lloris with a back four of Reguilón, Dyer, Romero, and Emerson. That's their back four. Same as last week. No changes to the back five of Tottenham. A midfield pairing of Skip and Højbjerg. Harry Kane up front with an attacking trio of Son and Ndombele and Lucas Moura. So there you have it. Tottenham, this team that beat Newcastle last weekend for Spurs, all start today. All rested midweek as well. So Nuno stuck to what he was going to say, and that is Spurs' team. Now listen, this is a really, really good Tottenham team. It's a really good Tottenham team. Son is world class. Kane is world class ability. Isn't playing world class at the minute, but he's got that ability in his locker. The one thing that concerns me a little bit, and before I do it, no major. It's not to download the OneFootball app. No. That's tomorrow night in the preview. None of that. And Darren, I can promise you, it is not a sexual favour. It's not a sexual favour. I'll leave the sexiness to Antonio today against Tottenham. Well, what worries me for that Tottenham team, when they played us at the London Stadium last season, maybe even the season before that as well, I thought what they did really good that we struggled with was Harry Kane dropping deep. Whenever Kane came 5 yards away from Ogbonna and I think it was Dawson, we didn't know what to do. We let him drop 5 yards deep, and in theory, that is okay. But the problem is he would linger between their centre-backs and Declan Rice. He would stay in that little space on the pitch. He would go in there, and he would pick the ball up. And he had, all of a sudden, he's got 5 yards to play with. He's got 3 touches available. He turns, and he knows Son's running. As soon as Kane gets the ball deeper, Son's on the move. And I thought they linked up superb against us. I also remember that game we struggled with Reguilón coming down the left. Bowen wasn't sure who to mark or when to mark him and stuff. And we didn't really have a plan for that. But that game, I remember we started with 3 at the back. And, Soufal had Son. And it meant that Bowen was supposed to come out and get Reguilón. But whenever he did, we were outnumbered elsewhere on the pitch. So I'm glad that we've got the 4 at the back formation. That should get rid of the Reguilón problem that we had last season. But the Harry Kane thing still worries me. All right, I'm just getting that out now in case it affects us. And I can say, well, it did worry me. That's it here. I'm here. Harry Kane dropping deep. There's not much between the teams now. There's not much. A few years ago, the last 10 years or so, while Tottenham have been the better side, a lot of our players would struggle to get into their team. You might have 2 West Ham players against Tottenham starting 11. Now, it's much more even than that now. You could take a look at the West Ham 11 and go, he would. But I'm still feeling confident. Now, for the sake of the build-up show being the build-up show, let me just run through the Spurs bench. We've got Sanchez, Rodon, Lo Celso, Gollini, Gill, Bergwijn, Davies, Ali, and Tangana. Now, they've got a better bench than us, right? While I don't think there's much between the 2 starting 11s, I think there's a big difference between the benches of the sides available. However, I just don't fear Nuno that much. I don't think Spurs is the right club for Nuno. I don't think Nuno is the right manager for Tottenham. And when I've watched them, and yes, they've won the last 2 games, but you need context. One was against Villa. We've seen Villa against Arsenal. They're all over the shop at the minute, so that win's not too impressive. And then they beat Newcastle 3-2. I'd expect anyone to beat Newcastle 3-2 at the minute. It's not the best wins, is it? So this is a real barometer for Tottenham. At the end of the day, they're still above us in the league. They still had a good start to the season, despite them being... If I was to ask you, without looking at the league table, where do you think Tottenham are? You'd probably say 10th. I thought they were about 10th. I was a bit surprised to see that they've accumulated enough points and are currently sitting 5th going into this game. But I don't think that's a true reflection of their season or how they're performing. They're very near the bottom of the table for chances created, for shots on target. They're near the bottom of the table. And I think that's going to show today. But the big difference between us and Spurs, is our attitude. When I've watched them, they're not that harsh. They're not almost like not playing for the manager already. And I just think we're going to take complete advantage of that today. I just feel really confident. I'm okay with that. Normally I get a bit nervous when I'm confident about West Ham winning. But for today, I'm feeling good, actually. I'm feeling really good. But I'll get your comments in just a minute because I'm going to need your help to put the bet together. In case you're new to the build-up stream, what we do, we're going bet 365. We stick a little bet together, whack a fiver on it. And if it wins, one of you guys in the live chat wins the money. Simple as that, really. We've only done it once, so we only won it once. But someone got 100 quid, so happy days. We've come close a couple of times. But the favour, first of all, in the link to this video, in the description of this video, there's a link to a fantasy football app. It's called Ultimate Fantasy Football, UFF. It's completely free to download and it's completely free to play along with. So if you can, get it downloaded today. It's 6-a-side football. It combines opening packs like you can do in FIFA with Fantasy League. So open up your pack, you get your players, and you can only use those players in your Fantasy League. You get a free pack every week. If you win your mini league every weekend, you get an extra free pack. But also, there's money up for grabs every week. You don't have to pay to enter. There's money up for grabs every single week. The top prize at the minute, the person that's top out the competition is getting $1.5 grand. $1.5 grand. Usually these kind of competitions, you've got to wait till the end of the season in order to pick up your money. But weekly, they're paying out quite a lot of prizes. But if you can, download it today. We get paid when people download it. If no one downloads it, we don't get any money. Loads of people download it, we get some money. So thank you very much to all you that have downloaded it. Much appreciated. But anyway, let's take a look at what you're saying. I'm going on bet 365 at the same time. Steve Tilley says that he is... Just give me 1 second. Let me load up my bet 365. Steve Tilley says he's 3-1 West Ham, Ben Lam, Antonio, and Pablo Fornals to score. Right. What we're saying in the bet. What are we saying? Doug saying Dyer to be booked. Tom saying Johnson to be booked. Cal saying Romero to be booked. Romero is a bit of a walking yellow card, isn't he? But the problem is the odds reflect that, don't they? I think we're going to have to put in West Ham win, right? I'm going to put that in. West Ham to win. Who's going to score a goal? In the live chat, let's call it a 30-second flash poll. Who's going to score a goal in this match? Let's go. Who have we put in? And just while you're here, the cyber leader says, anyone doing a watch along? Yes, Charlie is. Charlie's doing a watch along. Charlie will be along at 30:30 and he'll be taking over for myself. I'll be disappearing and he'll be sticking with you throughout the game as well. Everybody's putting in different players here. Fornals, Benrahma, Zuma, Antonio, Fornals, Antonio, Zuma. Right, it's one of those three. Right, I'm going to go with you guys. I'm going to go with Fornals. I think Fornals is the most popular player. Late search aside, Benrahma, but Where is it? Finals to score anytime. Right. Who's getting booked? I know who I want, right? I know who I want to get booked today. I say who I want to put in the bet. You guys pick who is going to get a yellow card in today's game. Put it into the old chat, please. Dawson, Antonio, Rice, Dyer, Zuma, Dyer, Emerson. Right, I'm going to go with Dyer. There's a lot of people saying Eric Dyer, so let's put Dyer in. I've added one thing while I've been doing that. In case you were thinking, why is he not speaking? I was trying to add in Saeed Ben Rama to have a shot on target, so I put that in as well. Tell you what, Bet365 app's been struggling today for some reason. But let's just try it. Oh, come on. This is bad, this. Right. Hopefully we can get up and running anyway. But anyway, right, get your thoughts in on the game. It can be the West Ham lineup, the Tottenham lineup, how you think the game's going to go, anything. Get it in. I'm waiting for the bet. Just so you can see there, it's broken. The Bet365 app is currently broken at the minute for some reason. Hopefully I can get up and running in the next few minutes and we can get a little bet on. Here we go. It's starting to fix itself. Let's get that on. All right, that's good odds. That's good odds. Please just let me get this flipping bet on. Right. 250 quid if this bet wins. 250 quid if it wins. We need West Ham to win. Pablo Finals to score a goal. Ben Rama to have a shot on target. And Eric Dyer to get booked. Right. Those four things happen. I'm going to give £250 to someone in a live chat. Now, normally Gonzo's here to do your little... He comes up with a funny phrase, right? So get your funny phrases in the live chat. He likes a pun. He likes a player's name to be involved in there. Get it in. And the one that makes me smile the most, I'll click on the screen and put that in. We go. Toby says skip starting helps the confidence. I have to agree. He would have been my yellow card choice, by the way. I went with you guys. You guys said Dyer. That's fine. Daniel says if Antonio's on his game, we will win comfortably. Tottenham's defence looks shaky against Newcastle. I completely agree. I think Romero and Dyer are just a horrible partnership so far. It is new, though. You do have to allow teething problems, I guess, but they have been poor. Right, okay, two people have said this. Alex said it, but I think the person that said it first was Mark. He said Spurs or Dyer. Love that. Get into live chat. If you pop in Spurs or Dyer into the live chat, you'll be entered. If that bet wins, I'll give one of these 250 quid in the review. Happy days. Anyway, right, get it in. Spurs or Dyer. There you go. Lots of people getting in. Jazz is saying either expecting a comfortable win or Tottenham to equalise late on in the game due to fatigue. I can't buy this fatigue thing. I do think it is a thing after... I think it's a thing over an accumulation of games, right? So after maybe 3 weeks of European Football Premier League, I think it becomes a thing. But not now. You know, we've only had one European... We've had a Premier League, a European game, and now another Premier League game. I don't think fatigue's a thing yet. I'm not buying into that. I think when we play the game after Villa, is whoever that is, we play Villa next weekend. Whoever we play after Villa, that league game we might have to be a little bit careful for. But until then, I'm not buying it. Lloyd says he thinks today is Antonio against Kane. Whoever wants it more will win the game. It's hard to disagree with that, actually. There's two top strikers on the pitch today. One in really good form. One, he's had a bit of a slow start to the season, Kane, hasn't he? But he has world-class talent. He can turn up. If Harry Kane turns up today, he's going to be a threat. Let's face it. We can question if his head's in the game. We can question a lot of things. But if Kane wants to prove to the Tottenham fans he's still committed to the club whilst he's there, today's the day to turn up and do it, isn't it? Colin Wood says a derby will give more energy anyway. I completely agree. Tom saying in regards to European football, at least we're at home as well. I think it's a travel. That's the biggest issue. It's hard to disagree. We're at home Thursday, home today. Happy days. Steve says only way is Johnson is up against Son. Why no Fredericks? He's injured. He's injured. There's no way Moyes would put Harrison Ashby on the bench over Ryan Fredericks. No way. Not a chance. So Fredericks must be injured again. which is frustrating. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, I quite like Ryan Fredericks. He's done well for us this season. Last season, he's not had many bad games. But for the player in the final year of his contract, this is the last time. This is the last season. You do not want to be showing your manager you're injury prone, and that's what he's showing this season. He's been unavailable for more games than he's been available for. Yarmolenko is fit more often than Ryan Fredericks, and that guy's a sick note. Fredericks has to be careful. Good player, probably deserves a new contract when he's been on the pitch, but he's not on it often enough anymore. It's not good for someone trying to get a new deal at the club. That's a joke. Do you see our under-23 beat Man U 6-0? Goals from Neves, Okaflex, amongst others. Perkins looking good. We're doing really well. We are. And the under-23s did do well. I've seen that Chester's got involved in the goals as well after making his debut on Thursday night, which is really pleasing. And it's nice to see the young lads winning games in a bit of form, a bit of confidence, because unfortunately, the two players you mentioned can't play in the Europa League. But certainly by match day 6, if we've already won the group, I would like to think Moyes might give one or two of them a run out, because it's different to a League Cup, isn't it? You put the kids out in the League Cup and you get beat. There's a consequence. You're out. You're eliminated from that competition. But you've already secured top spot in the Europa League group stage, and you, in theory, put the kids out and you get beat. There's no consequences. There's nothing there. Sure, the club missed out on £400,000 bonus for winning the fixture, but I think it's worth it. I think it's good value for the young lads to get an experience playing in the group stage and stuff. So anyway, happy days. John said he didn't think Spurs have a stronger squad in comparison to last season's, hoping we show up and destroy their back line. Alex says atmosphere should help with the fatigue. David Goodyear says our back line is stronger with Zuma than Ogbonna opposed to Spurs. 100% agree with that. The only time I've seen Ogbonna and Zuma play poorly, it was against Brentford. And Brentford came at us with attack, movement in the front two. Kane's not the quickest. He plays up front on his own. There's no similarities between Brentford and Spurs. If anything, they're more like Everton. And we handled Everton perfectly fine. So, yeah, I'm worryingly still really confident. Charles said the game will be in midfield. If Rice continues to play the form, he's in 2-0 West Ham. His mate who's at the game's done a 13-game accumulator trial come in. Spurs to win. Oh, right. Well, I hope he loses his bet, to be honest with you. Lloyd says Antonio scored for a couple of games. Should be hungry for one. Kane scored on his last game. It was against Newcastle. It doesn't count. I know it does count, but do you know what I mean? I'd back you, Lloyd. I'd back you to score against Newcastle. I would. I don't care who you are. I'd be backing you. Don't worry. How far do I live from Stratford? 3.5 hours. Don't know what that is in miles. 3.5 hours. I didn't get home till on Thursday or Friday morning. I got home at 3:30 in the morning from the Europa League game. That's why I couldn't get down today, because of the train times. So I couldn't get today. So it's a bit annoying. But anyway, Wolves in a couple of weeks, and then Man City. That's who we're playing. Wolves and Man City are playing soon. So I hope we get those games, the away ones. Mark says Spurs back line can be shaky. Set pieces may count. Ogbonna and Suchek scored. Bowen to carry on from Europe. 3-2. George said our youth team plays the same way as the main team. That's important. I remember being, funnily enough, earlier in Moyes' tenure, or Moyes' first tenure, and when we under Pellegrini, the under 23s played differently to the senior squads, and it's a bit daft. It sort of makes sense because the under 23s managers, he's his own manager, he's his own man. He wants to play his way. But succession becomes difficult. And if David Moyes is trying to watch on the 23s, he rocks up to have a look at how they're getting on, and he's got someone playing left wing back playing really well. It's hard for Moyes to evaluate him because he doesn't have a left wing back. So what's he going to do? Yeah, he's playing well, but is he okay at left back? I'm not sure. So I think it is important. There's a massive similarity between the first team and under 23s. It's a hard balance, really, because then you're handcuffing the under 23s manager, aren't you? He's not really the manager as such. He's more of a coach, but I guess that's what you want. Everything's about the first team, really. Clever. Son is sweet, but the defence is sour. I like it. Well done, Michael. I'll give you that one. Fraser said he fears we're too one-dimensional with focus on Antonio. Let's just hope he lasts 90 minutes. Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that because we have struggled to break some teams down. But I'm just still really bloody confident. He's at the game. he's at the game. That's why Gonzo's not here. Won't be here for the review either, I'm afraid. You're stuck with just me, but he'll do his little video on the forum channel later on as well. And then tomorrow, we're both going to do the player ratings together over on the Patreon. For the Patreon, we'll do the player ratings tomorrow morning. Have a chat about the game as well as everybody. But yeah, it's his first game season and his little girl's first ever West Ham game. Thank you, Cyber. So you just joined the Fantasy League app. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you guys haven't, please do. The link's in the description. Helps the channel out massively. I hope so. I'll tell you what, I wasn't going to do this, right? But because on before the Genk game, I said to everybody, I said, right, get on Dawson goal, because I fancied the goal because of the set piece stats and stuff. I like my stats, right? So let me just tell you, I've just got the odds through for my bet. No one's winning these bets. If this bet wins, I'm keeping the money, right? I'm not sharing the money. But I'll tell you what it is, and you can go find it and get on it if you want. Let me just put my own bet on. So I've done West Ham to win or draw. So as long as we don't get beat, that bit wins. Fornals and Son to have 2 shots each. Doesn't have to hit the target. So Son and Fornals just to have 2 shots. 5 West Ham corners. We love a corner. We get loads. And Ndombele to do 2 tackles is 8-1 on Sky Bet. That's my own personal bet. That's Gio's bet. My booking, though, is Skip. Skip's my yellow card. I need Skip to get booked, and I'll be doubling up. I haven't seen the lineup, but I'll be doubling up with Soyuncu of Leicester, should he be starting as well. Right, score predictions. Get your score predictions in, please, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what you're all thinking. Dave saying that you can see us struggling. Take our chances, and we'll get a 2-0 win. Lloyd thinks it's going to be 2-1 Tottenham. Wait. No, I've realised what Lloyd means. Lloyd means we're going to win 2-1 and Tottenham are going to score late. Christ, Lloyd. I almost blocked you from the channel there. Jordan says, feeling confident. My only worries are Son and Lucas with their pace. Son's finishing. I can't see Kane being a problem. He's so slow. I think he's a problem dropping deep. Right, trust me. Kane will drop 5 yards off and our centre-backs won't know what to do. We will watch him and he will pick up the ball, turn around and look to release Son. That is my worry going into this game. Right, let's have a little look at some of the score predictions quickly. 3-2, 3-1, 3-2, 2-1, 3-0, 2-1, 3-1, 2-1, 1-0. Lots of confidence. I like it. Callum says 3-2, Antonio hat-trick. Oh, love that. You probably want to put a pound on that, Callum. 2-0, 3-1, 4-2. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. 2-0 West Ham. Mark's just entered in the competition really late. Scott's gone 0-0. I can see it. Frustratingly, I know some people are putting in 3-2 West Ham, and Charlie said 3-2 West Ham in the preview, but I can see a 0-0 actually. Both teams are quite... Spurs play defensive, they're very good at it, and we are good defensively, so I can see that, Scott. Jordan 2-1. Nate in another Jordan also got 3-2. 1-0, 3-1. Dave Goodyear saying 4-3 to West Ham. Lots of confidence. Sai says that we need to keep it really tight against them, especially against Son. Shizzle says that Zuma and Ogbonna are completing our centre-back heading Bon Anza. The centre-backs are doing really well at the minute, aren't they? Ogbonna with a goal against Everton, Dawson and Diop with their goals midweek. So it's Kurt Zuma's time, surely, isn't it? It's time for Zuma to step up. And Steve saying as long as we don't lose, I think a draw wouldn't be an end of the world, right? Would I take a draw now? No. I wouldn't. I would gamble. I'd want to go for the win. Gamble. But should the final whistle go, we've played well, and it's a draw, I'd be okay with that. I'd be good with that, actually. Be fine. But I wouldn't take it before the game. Dougie said, we'll score. He doesn't think much of their defence. You can read the comments for yourself. Boxing Observer says he's glad that Johnson's in. He is mustard. I think he has played thoroughly well, Ben Johnson. I do think he's played really well, and I think he deserves the chance today, to be honest with you. But then visitors saying that Son will have a field day. I think that's the big battle. I think there's, going by what the live chat is saying, I think there's two key battles today. Son against Johnson, for obvious reasons. Then Antonio against Eric Dyer / Romero as well. Again, for obvious reasons. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in those individual battles. Gonzo loves an individual battle. Jordan saying, do you think we'll have the ball to their counter following compound? I think we're going to have the ball, Jordan. I think Tottenham will want us to have the ball. I think Spurs will want to sit back a little bit and they'll want to try and play counter-attacking football. They'll be wanting to get their sort of front three bombing forward as much as possible, try and catch us out. But I don't know. It's changed a little bit, hasn't it? Years gone by, they'd have the ball and we'd be counter-attacking. But I think it's changed. When there was no fans in, I think you were allowed to play at home and play defensive football. And I always thought that's why Mourinho did okay when there was no fans in the ground, because there was no fans to moan. But now the fans are back. I think there's more. The home team has to attack a little bit, really. So I think you'll see us with more. I think we'll have more possession. Sorry for a long answer, Jordan, but I think we'll end the game with 56 possession or something stupid like that. Management subs and tactics. Well, yes. Funnily enough, Nuno, as much as I criticise him, Nuno's the only manager that I've seen really hand it. There was someone else. I think it was Ancelotti at Everton, but I could be wrong. But there was someone else had done it that really just absolutely took Moyes apart tactically. But Nuno did it as well with Wolves, remember. But it's a bit cheating. He took on Adama Traore. He didn't really do anything. He just took on Adama Traore. It's a bit cheating. But then, like Arthur says here, we walloped Wolves twice when they had Nuno in charge. I think that's supported as well. I'm okay. Rainflow says we've got so many top under 23 players. You'd like Moyes, trust them. It's hard. It's hard. How do you trust them? Where do you put them in? There's very few moments this season that you can nitpick and say, oh, could put a youngster in there. I think Thursday night was one of them. I think on Thursday evening he could have brought on Chessers a little earlier, and I don't think he needed to bring on Fornals and Benrahma. He could have took on Harrison Ashby if he wanted to. But apart from that, it's been very few chances to get the youngsters involved, to be honest with you. If thinking there was a top youngster in the 23s, there was a striker, he might have a shout. But that was meant to be Mupo DeBecco, and he's out on loan kind of thing. We don't really have someone banging in the goals just yet in the under 23s. So I can see why Moyes hasn't really done anything. No, I'm not going, mate. I'm in my house. I couldn't get the trains. Not the end of the world. It's the end of the world, isn't it? I would have liked to have gone, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm never going to be able to do Thursday and tonight. There was no chance of doing both games. I wanted to see us in European football. It's not quite the same as going away to watch us in European football, but I had to witness West Ham European football. I agree with that, but it's nitpicking, isn't it, Smith? It's just nitpicking. I am a bit nitpicky too, but where are we? Someone said it, but I've lost it. Let me just find it. There we go. Jordan really wants us to go top 4 today. Someone said we can go 4 today, and I've missed it, so sorry about that. But yes, if we win and Man United get beat by Liverpool, West Ham will finish the weekend in the top 4, which would be a fantastic achievement. I don't care if it's only 9 games in. So what? Enjoy it. I don't like this. There's almost like a thing it's like a social media fan thing. It's a bit judgmental, isn't it? Here I am judging someone judging, right? But it's like, oh, Arsenal fans, how embarrassing celebrating that last-minute goal against Crystal Palace. Oh, piss off. Let them celebrate it. It's a last-minute goal. Of course you're going to celebrate it. Why shouldn't you? And it's like, why shouldn't you celebrate going forward? Even if it's only 9 games in, it doesn't mean you think you're going to finish. You're just enjoying the moment. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Anyway. Will Rice step up for pens? I think so. If we got a pen, I'd be surprised if Declan Rice did not take it. I would imagine Declan Rice was going to take it. Do I get district like me? I don't live in London. The accent's a bit of a giveaway, but to be fair, the accent's Scottish, and I no longer live in Scotland. I don't live in London. I live 3.5, 4 hours up the country now. I do not live in London. Robert says, time to watch on the box. Can't make the match, but since I turned on at 1 p.m. for 10 minutes or so, as soon as I'm planning to talk about Man U. Well, that's why you stay here, Robert. This is what we do. This is why we do it. Don't worry about Sky Sports. Stick with Hammers Chat. And when you're watching the game, if you want, have YouTube on. Charlie will be here. You don't have to watch Charlie. Just put him in your ear or something and watch the game on the other ear, listen to the game in the other ear or something. We've got it all for you, Robert. Ham Utd doing the thing on match day. We're your one-stop shop for the West Ham fan. Yes, I do. I do know that Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing there. We got the email, didn't we? Season ticket holders. You get like a little exclusive pre-sale or discount or something, or both. I'm not sure. I glanced at it. I should probably read it a bit more. But anyway, I pay no attention. I've seen them once before, and they're not my favourite band. They're not my top 10 bands or anything. Anyway, I said to Mrs. G, the Red Hot, and I said, oh, look, the pre-sale's expired for Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of thing. She said, oh, I would have liked to have gone to that. I thought, oh. You know, those moments when you say something and you wish you just never said anything, that was that moment where I thought, forget it. I'll tell you what, right? I'll make a confession before Charlie joins me in a couple of minutes, right? I know someone's saying, where's the lineups? Charlie's coming on with the lineups. Don't worry. Charlie's got the lineups for you. I did read them out. It's the team you expect, right? But I'm going to ABBA next year. They're playing at Stratford. They're not playing. There's like holograms of ABBA playing. So that's her Christmas present to go see ABBA. And yes, I'm going. Nebworth, Manchester, Hampden, Glasgow. Yes, of course I am. Anyway, right. Listen, back to West Ham. Back to West Ham. So I've done a video about this, Dave. I've done a video about this Dick and Mouse thing because I think it's good. I like it. So that'll be out tomorrow morning. It has to be tomorrow morning because tomorrow night is Man City preview, isn't it? Man City preview tomorrow evening. Anyway, right, yeah. So my final thoughts on the game before Mr. Walsh gets involved. Charlie, you can join whenever you're ready. But my final thoughts are that I'm still confident. I'm still really confident. I wish I wasn't this confident. It only sets you up for disappointment. That's the problem. I remember Billy Connolly saying, expect nothing and you can't get disappointed. I mean, it's true, isn't it? It's true. But it's hard not to. It's hard not to. I'm just really, really confident. I've seen the teams, confident on Skip getting books, confident on Michael Antonio scoring a goal, and Charlie's got the wrong lineup on the screen.
Oh, I changed that.
That's a Uruguay team.
I literally typed it in. Oh my God, I hate StreamYard. I hate it.
When people on social media say, my stream's so far behind, this has just happened, and they say something from last week.
yeah.
People are like, Ham Utd is so far behind, they've just announced a Europa League team.
I mean, it's not entirely incorrect, is it?
It's not the team. It's not the team, Jordan. Don't worry about it. That's the bench, to be honest. Yeah, what you just saw there is predominantly the bench. But Charlie, how are you feeling before I disappear?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm thinking I'm as confident as I was. Because, like you say, the lineup, which everyone is about to see, is exactly what you think it is. And the Tottenham lineup, by and large, is exactly what you think it is. So I'm as confident as I was, and I think it's going to play out pretty much exactly as we both said it would. Now, the 3-2 scoreline I said on the preview, I still think is a bit crazy, and I wouldn't put money on it. But I see them scoring, and I see us winning, and I think you just got to back the beef sometimes. You just got to back the beef. And I am. So I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty flipping confident right now. It's weird to be this confident against Tottenham and this calm against Tottenham, but I am, to be honest. I think
it's a good time.
If this was a season before, if this was last season, when we didn't have this more attacking side to us, maybe I would be a bit more concerned. Maybe I would think, well, their counter-attacking is usually what undoes us. Like, it's teams who sit deep. But this season, I think we can break them down. We've got Antonio back. It's good. It's good. I'm confident.
Right, before I go, what's the bet in the phrase? The phrase is Spurs are dire, but spell it with Eric Dyer, please. Spurs are dire. And the bet is West Ham to win, Fornals to score, Ben Rama to have a shot on target, and Eric Dyer to get booked. £250 cash if that wins. Someone will get £250 cash. So Spurs are dire. Before I disappear and leave you with Charlie, quick favour. Look, I have 3 favours. 1, subscribe to the channel. 2, drop a like on the video. And 3, download the Fantasy Football app. The link is in the description. Download it. It's completely free. You won't win any money this weekend, but you'll get some players, get some free packs, free players. Get your 6-a-side built, ready for next weekend. A couple of weeks ago, Charlie, I got Cristiano Ronaldo. I was buzzing. I thought, here we go. Mm-hmm. Since then, he's done nothing. He's just done nothing. I got like one of the best cards you can get. You can't buy these cards or nothing. It's just pure pack luck. Got Cristiano Ronaldo. Thought, there we go. Now we're talking. Kevin De Bruyne. So I've got De Bruyne who's constantly injured. Cristiano Ronaldo who can't score. And the guy who won it a couple of weeks ago, he won £1.5 grand. His best player, Sarr of Watford. I thought, oh, piss off. You know, I've got these premium players, if you like, no points. And the guy with a Tottenham player, a Watford player, has won the whole thing, £1.5 grand.
Yeah, but it's Sarr, isn't it? Sarr's, he's fast.
Anyway, I'm going to disappear, Mr. Walsh, and leave it in your hands. And I should be back at half-time. I'll join you at half-time.
Thank you. I shall see you then. Thank you very much, Gio. And thank you very much, of course, to Stuart Morris Accountants. West Ham fan runs it and hooks us up. That's why they sponsor us and why they help us bring this watch along to you every single week. They do everything you could ever need an accountant to do. And trust me, as a former accountant, I've put the wrong thing up. As a former accountant, where is it? That one. As a former accountant, what you want to be not doing that. You don't want to be doing that because it's just a lot of effort. It's a lot of problems. It's numbers. It's long. So why not get someone else to do it for you? Why not get Stuart Morris to do it for you? Trust me, they're bangers. They're bangers. Stuart Morris Accountants, everyone. Good people. Good people. And thank you very much to you lot for coming. I've been up for 20 minutes, and so I'm all over the shop. So I'm going to need some knowledge from you guys because I've got nothing up there in the dome right now. Nothing at all. But before we get started, let's have a quick look at the lineups because, as Gio said, we haven't had them up on the screen today because I've been, like I said, I only just woke up. So instead, I've put it we'll show it like this. West Ham lineup as such: Fabianski in goal. Johnson does get his start at right back. Ogbonna, Zuma, and Cresswell is the rest of the back line. Rice and Souček are the double pivot. Bowen, Benrahma, and Fornals behind Mikel Antonio. About as expected as you're ever going to see a West Ham lineup be, if we're being honest about it. The bench, a couple of interesting things to note on there. One interesting thing to note, but it's Areola, Dawson Diop, Masuaku, and Harrison Ashby. Noble Lanzini, Vlasic, Yarmolenko. The Tottenham lineup is this: Lloris, Emerson at right back, Romero, Dyer, and Reguilon, Højbjerg, Skip, and Ndombele in midfield, with Lucas, Son, and Harry Kane ahead of him. Probably, again, an expected lineup there for the most part. Emerson at right back will be interesting, for example. We'll see how that ends up playing out with the Romero Dyer thing as well. And then their substitutes, in case you are interested, is Galini, Sanchez, Tanganga, Rodden, Davis, Dele Alli, Giovanni Lo Celso, Stephen Bergwijn, which I've said all of their first names now for some weird reason, and Brian Gill. But there you go. Those are the lineups. We'll be talking about that imminently. But hello, everyone. I hope you're good. Xbox Aussie asking the deeper questions. This is real, my friend. This is real. I know what you're trying to say. I know, but this is real. Hope you're all. Hope you're good. How are we feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? That's what I want to know, people. That's what I want to know. Anyone know when Vlad's back? No clue. Not the foggiest, mate. Not the foggiest, mate. Knackered is knackered. I know now. I'm feeling it now, to be fair. I'm feeling just that now. So, but I do know now. What are we saying? Chris says, I'm even more confident now seeing the lineup evening. Basically, yes, Harry, I can't lie. Let's have a look at some of these other confidence levels. 3, 8, 7, 8, 8. Ooh, Spurs got final. Yeah. 5.5, 6. I know he meant the stream of the game, Aaron. I do know he meant that. Don't worry. I understood what he meant. I just found it quite funny the way he worded it. Is this real? So, have you seen those videos of on YouTube where a kid's come out of having something done at the dentist, and so they're still completely spaced out by the gas, and they're just is this real? It's kind of that kind of vibe as well. So, but don't worry, I understood what he meant. And if you are looking for a stream today, I should say, by the way, if you're looking for a stream, check the Discord. The link below says join our Discord. Go on there. It's free to join. West Ham community, all that good stuff if you want to get involved with it. But if you just want the game, there's a bit in there called Stream Links where we do have links in there for you. So have a gander there. I don't know why it clicks off. I'll just have it carry on running. No reason anyway. 6. I missed a lot of things, madman. I will get back to it, I promise. 9.26 -2, says Dean. Flipping heck. I hope you're a Tottenham fan, Dean. because that's not confidence levels we love to see around it. 8, 8, 9, 5, 5.1, 100, not 100, right? How many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of numbers out of 10 is what I'm going to go with, because I can't. 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 9 out of 10 would be special. Would be special one still there? If the special one was still there. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. 9 would be a 10 if the special one was still there. Sorry, that was completely my fault there. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. Hopefully Johnson plays so well that Son versus Kufal can't versus Son that Kufal can't get back into the team. You'd love to see it. You would love to see it. And that's something I want to ask your opinion on as well. That's what I'm talking about, Henry. That's what I'm talking about. 3.86. Love that. 3.8, but definitely a 10 out of 10 for sure. Well, thank you. 5 out of 10 for Match, 2 out of 10 for Cheese Hater Charlie. Scott, why you do this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I've got, in fact, hang on. I forgot to grab it. If you give me just a second. If you give me just 1 second, right? Because obviously, I hope you can hear me, because obviously we had the conversation, right, about what should replace the oranges for the luck, right? Now, I couldn't get Baby Bells. Sorry, I couldn't get Pom Bears because they just weren't in. But I have got Baby Bells, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't know if I'll eat more than one, but we'll see how that plays out. So we're talking about cheese hating. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Phil Jones asks, how do you feel about the fact that Vlad is injured because Matic intentionally kicked him in the Carabao Cup game? I have no opinion on how he got the injury, Phil. How do I feel about me being injured? That's something I'll give to the rest of the chat. How confident are we in Ben Johnson today? Or how excited are we in Ben Johnson today, if that's the other way around? I'm not going to ask for numbers on this one, just general vibes. Because personally, for me, I'm really excited to see him play. I think he's played really well of late, so I think he definitely deserves the starting berth, as it were. It's just a bit like Son is so good. Son is a terrifying prospect. So the idea of like seeing Johnson get more game time is super good. Up against Son, it's as big a challenge as you're going to get. It's as big a challenge as you're going to get. I don't hate cheese as well. I should stress this. I do not hate cheese. I just think it's overrated. I don't hate it, though. Hate is such a strong word for my opinion on cheese. 3.14, love that. A bit of pie. Haven't sounded up. When it comes to confidence levels, I'm still the same. I'm at an 8, 7, 8. And it looks like we're by and large more confident than we're not right now in the chat, which is good to see. And for me, I'm probably like in a 7, 8 territory. I think this is going to work for us. I think this is ours to take. I think weirdly, I think there's more pressure on us than there is on Tottenham to some extent. We feel like the bigger team in this match for once. And I'm interested to see how that ends up playing out. But for me, 7, 8. 7 or 8. I like Johnson, but I think Son is next level. Johnson will need help from centre-backs. Rice needs a big game when our centre-backs are dragged out wide. I think that's very true, Alan. I think that's a lot of... you're spitting a lot of facts. You know what I mean? Spitting a lot of facts. 10, I love the lads. I mean, I think we all do. To be fair. Massive game for him. Needs to step up. Johnson played really well. He deserves it. I think his pace will keep Son at bay with one of the two with Kane from deep will catch him. I know what you're saying. But yeah, I think the thing is, how do I word this? The thing is with Son will outpace any defender, probably in the league. There are very, very few who can catch him. Even if we had Ryan Fredericks in this team today, who's injured, which isn't an option, Son would beat him for pace. Right? Like Ryan Fredericks might be able to beat him in a straight sprint speed, but Ryan Fredericks won't be in probably the correct position to be able to get ahead of Son to start that race, if you see what I'm saying. Son will beat anyone in a race. And so when we look at the idea of Johnson playing alongside or against Son, the pace thing is kind of almost written off. It's about how can he deal with Son being ahead of him, because that's what we're going to see. And that's hopefully what we're going to see is him coming at Johnson as opposed to him blitzing past Johnson, because there's two different things. It's like Kufal, right? Kufal in a sprint speed, I'm never backing, but Kufal in a 1v1 battle, and backing. And that's what we need here. We need Johnson to be in the right position ahead of Son, so Son's not just sprinting past him. We need Johnson with as much time. We need Johnson with as much time with his back to goal, if that makes sense. We want him with the pitch ahead of him so he can see Son coming, so he can deal with it. That's the battle here. And I've got lots of hopes he can actually pull this off. I've got lots of hopes he can actually pull this off. Roast pork today, all the trimmings include cauliflower cheese. Mark, I am very jealous. I think we're having what are we having? Oh, we're having like a chicken and pasta bake thing, which is peng, don't get me wrong. It's very, very nice. But it's not quite that. Not quite that. I'm very jealous. What we saying? Johnson was a winger originally, so he's got pace. He does have pace. He just doesn't have Son pace. But no one has Son pace. And I don't think Johnson's like rapid or anything. I think he's got pace to it, but he's not rapid. But I think he's played so well recently that I'm just excited to see him play again. Yeah. Johnson has looked solid defensively, but he has to work on his distribution to get to the same level as Kufal. Time is very much on his side, and at 21 is perfectly fine to be a capable squad player. Yes, 100%. 100% to all of that. And in order for him to get to the next level, he needs to get as much game time as possible. Unfortunately, with Kufal there, he's not going to get it regularly because obviously we have one of the best right backs in the league just sat there. So he's obviously not going to play ahead of him super frequently. But what I would say is that, of course, he will... he's getting the game time now, and this can only benefit him. Going up against someone like Son as well can only benefit him. Even if he has a bad game, it's a learning experience, right? You have to do that sometimes, you know? You have to do that sometimes. So, we are 13 minutes away from kickoff. We are going to play the game called Sub Bingo. Sub Bingo is the game where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. You can put that in the chat. If you put that the time code, that's all. That's the only thing that matters here is what time. But if you want to say what person as well, again, if you wish to see the lineups, I can pull them up for you now, or at least to see West Ham subs bench. There you go. Areola, Dawson Diop, Masuaku Ashby, Noble Lanzini, Vlasic Yarmolenko. I can't see it being anyone apart from Lanzini coming on in the 69th minute, I'll say, which is my usual one. We'll say 69 and we'll say Lanzini for Benrahma. That's my bet, but you don't have to put the players. You do not have to put the players. All you have to put in is what the time you think it will be. But I'm saying 69. I'm saying 69. I'm saying 69. I'm saying David will be a bit more proactive. Are you going to the Man City game, Charlie Fraser? Unfortunately, I am not. I am not. I was speaking to Gio about this last night. There was a potential of me going, but I'm no longer going, unfortunately. So I don't know when the next game I'll get to is, to be honest. Probably not for a while. I suspect not even in 2021, but we'll see. We'll see. Football Sunday in the USA. Looking forward to giant. Yeah, Jeffrey, big pizza chat. Big pizza. Love that. Love that from you. Very jealous as well. Lil Covert saying, come on, you Spurs. Fair enough, mate. Hope you're well. Subscribe if you're around here. Like the video. All that good stuff. Actually, while I'm saying all that stuff, subscribe if you're new around here. Get involved. Like the video if you do. Remember, we're here every single match day from an hour before kickoff with the build-up show, then half an hour before kickoff with the watch-along, and then, of course, all the way through the first half, half-time, second half, and then just after full-time when I finish the watch-along and hand over to Gio and Gonzo, who do their live match review, which, of course, today will be just Gio because Gonzo is at the game. Elsewhere, hey, patreon.com/HammerChat is a thing you can look at if you want. It's fairly late in the month and it charges you when you join at the beginning of the month. So maybe wait until the beginning of the month so you save more money, more bang for your buck, because, you know, we're not about that here. But hey, it's a thing you can look at. Patreon.com/HammerChat, link in the description below. What are we saying? 60 minutes for Vlasic. 60 minutes for Vlasic for Benny. Fair. I hope we sign Johnson to a long-term contract. He always keeps a decent squad player. We need academy in the first team, especially when Noble leaves. Again, something I strongly agree with. Another thing I strongly agree with. Thank you very much. Not crisps. They're not crisps. And I'll be honest with you, the fact he has managed to make this an argument is wrong. Because they're not crisps. I know. 74th minute, 8 Vlasic on in the 81st. Interested. Spurs fans, lads, I just want to say good luck and have an entertaining game no matter what. Respect. Thank you very much, Spurs. Appreciate that. Savage. Appreciate that. Enjoy the game. Like I say, subscribe if you're around here, all that good stuff. Enjoy the game. If you want to stick around as long as like there's no beef happening, you're more than welcome to, bro. You're more than welcome to. We need some more goalies, not enough on the bench. The Europa League game, we had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. In fact, I probably still have it in the banners because I haven't changed it yet, have I? No, I haven't. Look at that. Europa League game, we had two goalkeepers on the bench, 2 right backs, and 2 centre backs. Bro, please. Please. 74th minutes, Vlasic sub. 79 minutes, 70 minutes to Dawson to protect the lead. Fingers crossed. Oh, Alan, I like it. Lanzini on for 4 now, 75 minutes. I think Harrington Ashby is close to being ready, to be honest. Ashby's getting a lot of traction right now in the under 23s. I see his name come up fairly frequently on Twitter right now. We'll see. We'll see if he actually gets any game time at some point. I doubt it for a while, but we'll see. We'll see. Very un-West Hammy. Yeah. Yes, the Broomfield is very un-West Hammy. Disgracefully so, if such. 86th minute. For once, I don't think he'll wait until the end of the game. 70th minute, Lanzini or Yarmolenko. Makes sense. I agree with you. And Mr. Pardew, of course. Mr. Pardew, my mentor. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you, my sage. Sub-bingo, 88th minute, a return of the Ditherer. I mean, we'll see. Johnson versus Son. Well, listen, big play, Sean. You know what I mean? Big plays. 75th minute, first sub. Vlasic in the 74th. There's a lot of sort of in the mid-70s. I'm seeing here a lot in the mid-70s. 85 minutes, Yarmouth for Antonio. Fair. There's a lot more there. A lot more. I need to carry on just scrolling down, see what's going on. While we wait for everyone to predict the subs, can you recommend I can. Stuart Morris Accountants. Listen, I've said this before, I'll say it again. As a former accountant, the one thing you don't want to be doing is maths. You know, is there more to accountancy than maths? Yes, there's laws and figuring out how taxes work and all that stuff. But mostly it's the maths. The rest of it, you don't even want to go near. But maths is just too much effort. Don't do it. Stuart Morris Accountants. You know what I mean? Do you know what? It's just easier on your life. Do you know what I mean? It's significantly easier if you don't do it. No subs. Says help me, boo. No subs. Not a single sub. Fair. Chester's look good for the under 23, won 6-0 against Manchester United. I guess too soon to make him a bet. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm very happy for him to have had his debut, but I realized that was just a situation. It was a happenstance that he happened to be there on the bench because of injuries and because of the makeup of the bench, and then we were winning enough to get him on. I don't suspect we'll see him anytime soon. I loved seeing him. I thought it was amazing. But David Moyes does tend to have a very defensive heavy bench, which limits the amount of people he could have, in and around the thing. I mean, if we look at it here, it's the wrong button. If we look at it here and we say, I have to take a comment down for a second, but you look at the bench here, you're looking at Dawson, Diop, Masuaku, Ashby, and if you include Aria in that, that's 5 out of the 9 are defensive players, right? Noble is a midfielder. Lanzini, you'd argue, midfielder, potentially a winger, but Lanzini, Vlasic, Yarmolenko are the 3 only attacking players on the bench. That tends to be how he sets up his bench. And in that case, there's not that much space for an attacking youth player to get onto that, which, is what it is, whatever. It's just his decision, but it is how it is. See you at halftime, says Harry. See you at halftime, my friend. And remember, everyone, if you are just here for the build-up, we are 7 minutes away, just over 6 minutes away from kickoff. Enjoy yourselves. Remember, we're here at halftime. Come back at halftime. Would love you to come get involved. Would love to see the pen guy Okaflex being on fire against the 23s. He has been on fire against the 23s. I'd be interested to see him as well. I mean, having someone who can I'm just getting an aerial view of the London Stadium there. I do miss it, weirdly. I hate London Stadium, but I do miss going. But I don't miss those queues before you get into the stadium. Jesus Christ, no. But yeah, no, Okoflex is one of the other people I'd be interested in looking at. I'm interested to see how he makes the transition into first-team football in the Premier League, because it's a very different deal. When you're running at under-23 defences or in friendlies, it's a very different thing than when you're in a Premier League situation. You need a little bit of something, So I'd be interested to see how he makes that transition, but you could only see once he actually does it, and that's kind of what I want to see ASAP, if that makes sense. Time to crush the spuds. Yes, Hammerhead. Love that. What I don't love, though, are for saying Pringles are crisps. They're not crisps, bro. They're not crisps. They just... No. And Leon's asking for it, so people will get it done. We are just over 5 minutes away from kickoff now. Can I get your score predictions? Please lob them in the chat. What are your score predictions? I will stick true to mine from the preview. I will say 3-2 to West Ham. Again, I wouldn't put money on that by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think Spurs will score. But I think we just got too much for him. That's my opinion. We just have too much for him. So I'm going to say 3-2 to West Ham United. What are you saying with your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen? Please put them in the chat while I click around some things in the background. There we go. Oh, I'm just not well. Even raw potatoes are more crispy than Pringles. Pringles are crisps. Bro, where do you buy them? You buy them in the crisp aisle. Therefore, they are crisps. The supermarkets say so, and they are the experts. They are the experts. Let's have a look. Stephen, good to see you, my friend, says it's either going to be a big win for West Ham today. It's going to be 3-0. Stephen, yes, love that from you. 3-2 West Ham. 3-2 West Ham. 2-2. 3-2 Comedy Wines. Love that. I'm loving that. After yesterday's result of 3 points today would be a huge. We'd have a gap to Arsenal, Spurs, Leicester. Yes, that's a great point. Actually, to be fair, it would be an absolutely massive deal if we were to be able to get a big dub today. It'd be a massive deal. 3-1. What else are we saying? 3-1. We're saying lots of Pringles. I've ignited the chat by mentioning this. 2-2, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-2 and a red. Ooh. A nervous 3-1. Oh, Leon. Is there anything better? 2-2, David Sullivan, Sidebone Rama, Hurricane, and Daniel Levy. Stand back, there's a hurricane coming through, and all that good stuff. 2-1. Supposed to take an early league, finish 2-1 to West Ham. Yes, Wayne. If Antonio scores a hat-trick, I'll cry. Look, if Antonio scores a hat-trick, well, I won't say anything, but I'll be shocked. Show no mercy. Strongly agree with that. As the teams are coming out on my screen here. Remember, I'll put the timer up and let you, so you know exactly how far behind I am. Are you? Because I'll be watching slightly behind you, I believe. 2-1 type game. Antonio anytime scorer. I'm liking the confidence though. 3-2 West Ham Randolph last minute header. It would be mad to see. I love the confidence in the chat right now. There is a lot of confidence. Ignoring of course, the crisps Pringle chat, which is a travesty because they just are crisps. Ignoring that, I'm loving the confidence from the chat right now. Do you mind if I play a bit of Xbox while listening, Charlie? Listen, play a bit of Xbox. What are you playing, Jeffrey? Let me know. I'm 100% okay with that. I ain't got zero problems with that. I 100% back you doing it. See you at halftime. Chris. Thank you very much for coming. And remember, everyone, if you are here for just the build up, thank you very much for coming. We will be here. Come back at halftime. Myself and Gio will be back at halftime as well to discuss what's going on. So do come back, get involved. Obviously, watch the game, enjoy the game. I hope it all goes well. Subscribe if you're new around here. Like the video. All of that good stuff. But we are just over a minute away from kickoff, maybe a little bit longer on my screen, but we are just over a minute away from kickoff now, ladies and gentlemen, for West Ham United versus Spurs. West Ham lineup as such, just in case you don't know, the lineups are on my screen, so I might as well read them out while they're here. I'll pull them up like this. West Ham line up as such. Fabianski in goal. Johnson, Ogbonna, Zuma, and Cresswell in defense. Rice, Souček, Bowen, Benrahma, Fornals, Mikel, Antonio. The most expected lineup, the most expected way you're ever going to see it, with a bench of Areola, Dawson Diop, Masuaku Ashby, Noble Lanzini, Vlasic, Yarmolenko. Against Tottenham's lineup of Lloris in goal, Emerson, Romero, Dyer, and Reguilon in defense. Højbjerg, Skip, and Ndombele in midfield. Lucas, Son, and Kane up front. The Spurs bench: Golini, Sanchez, Tanganga, Roden, Davis, Dele, Lo Celso, Bergwijn, and Brian Gill. Those are the lineups we are just about to kick off. You love to see it. Let me minimize that so I can actually see my thing. There we go. I'll probably be about 30 seconds behind you, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But I will tell you the second we kick off on my screen. But we are very close now. We are very close. Cheers, Charlie. Thank you very much. Johnny, it's all good to see you, my friend. Hope you're all good. Assassin's Creed, Odyssey. Love a bit of Ancient Greece. Odyssey is the best one. I'll strongly say that now, Jeff. Odyssey is the best Assassin's Creed game. Anyone who disagrees, we're going to have beef. I love Odyssey. I do love it. I love a lot of those games, but Odyssey is the one. When I played Odyssey, I missed Origins. I wanted to play it, but I just missed it. And then my girlfriend got Odyssey, and she was like, "Yo, Odyssey," and so I played it. And I was like, "Yo, Odyssey, it's a banger. It's a banger." Oh, it's West Ham. It's West Ham United. It's Spurs. It's the London Stadium. Big plays, big moments. Most assists by defenders since the start of last season. Aaron Cresswell second, only to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And who's third? It's Vlad. Love to see that. Love to see that. We're going to be seeing, it's just showing us Ndombele there. He's going to be getting forward. He's going to be getting involved. I'm saying a midfield three when I read it out, but really Ndombele is going to be moving into a sort of cam kind of thing. He's going to be finding those spaces more than the other two. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play out in that sense as well. I'm a big fan of the one set in the Revolutionary War. Is that 3? I think it's 3. So what I missed 3, to be fair. And I was going to say we have kicked off. A brief mistake there too early, and we're away at the London Stadium. It's West Ham United versus Tottenham Hotspur. It's a big game, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here. It's good. Brotherhood is a banger as well. I can't lie. Brotherhood's probably my second favorite. I cannot lie to you, Sean. That is an excellent shout. Was an excellent shout. I love the way every time, by the way, I just heard this. I wasn't going to mention this, but I've just heard it on commentary. I love the fact every single game we play, every single one, there has to be at least one mention of lasagna. Has to be. It was something that happened like a decade ago, probably more at this point, and we still bring it up frequently. You know what I mean? Better than usual. I know, Arthur. I've got it on the One Football app, but at the same time, I may or may not have it on a different thing from the Reddit. Who knows? From the Discord. Who knows? West Ham regaining possession early doors, trying to pass the ball around, trying to find a little bit of space. Spurs aren't going to press us like teams like Brentford and Leeds have, for example. So we should be able to do it. That's a good ball in from Cresswell. Early doors, a dangerous ball in from Cresswell as well. Early flipping doors. Just puts it into it. Look, his early crossing, genuinely, his early crossing is so insanely good. And he just put in a lightning ball there. Had to defend well. Rafa Lewis saying, "Come on, you Spurs." Fair enough, mate. Subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Good afternoon, Charlie. Well, hope you well. Thank you very much, Kevin. I'm a little bit under the weather and I'm tired, but apart from that, I'm good. Bowen plays the ball in, head. Ooh, clawed away by Lloris. And then a little bit of a mix up on the edge of the area. Ben Rao tries to shoot. It doesn't quite work out. West Ham tries to hook the ball back in again. Doesn't quite work out. Zuma tries to head it again. Doesn't quite work out. And it was Ben Johnson who tried to head it. Ignore that. But he does collect the second one and then plays it forward. Just hoofs it forward. But West Ham do keep possession of the ball. It's Jarrod Bowen. I'll tell you what, Jarrod Bowen, what seasons he's having, by the way. Jarrod Bowen is having an absolutely belting season. Raf, I'll give you one last chance, bro. Just chill. Don't spam. I don't mind you being here and supporting Spurs. It's fine. But just don't spam. Chill. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jarrod Bowen, what a season he is having, by the way. Also, I just wanted to bring this up. Jamie Hunt, Far Cry 3 and 2, unreal. Far Cry 3 and 2, unreal. Absolute bangers. I haven't played 6 yet. I'm looking to play it at some point, but I haven't played 6 yet. Steven says he may have to go halfway through playing, so he wants to watch it. Man United playing. Yeah, that's fair enough, Steven. Thank you for coming regardless, my friend. Thank you for coming regardless. They call us spam. Solid work. Solid work, boards get busy. It's fine. He's gone now. What are you watching? What are you watching the game on? Hope you win, Arsenal fan. Thank you very much for a start, Mo, here. And secondly, in the Discord link below, that's where I'm watching it. Well, it's not where I'm watching it legally, of course, but you can if you want to do that. You can if you want. Far Cry 3 is so good. It's so good. What's the definition of insanity? All that good stuff. What was that? That was like 2012, 2013, something like that. Just a classic. 2013, I think, maybe. Early doors, sort of 4 minutes into this, it's been mostly West Ham. Spurs have got forward a little bit, but not really getting into dangerous areas. So you got to respect it. So far, so good. We'll see. Their front two are pressing. Their front, so Kane and Son, they're getting a bit further forward than you would expect a team like this to do in terms of tactics. Not a team like Spurs, a team tactically like that. They're getting a little bit further forward. They're trying to press a little bit. Spurs specific, Kane specifically as well. But as I said, nowhere near to the extent so far, at least so far, of a Brentford or a Leeds who were very, very much on the front foot, trying to press us, trying to cause us issues. And that was where those games, that's where we struggled in those games, were when they were pressing specifically our double pivot. And they're not doing that as of yet, but they're not pressing us. They are trying to at least give us something to think about in that situation. Rodrigo, good morning from Mexico. Regards, Ham. Thank you very much, Rodrigo. Good morning. Good to see you back. Good to see you back. I remember you here last time. Far Cry 5 was a banger. See, I missed Far Cry 5 as well. I really wanted to play it, and then I just, for some reason, never got around to it. I think something else came out at the exact same time or something like that. I don't remember. But I missed that as well. And your other comment, which is more important, has a beautiful bid. He does have a beautiful bid. You have to respect it. Sometimes you just got to look at it, and you just got to respect it, you know? And that's what's happening now. And it was malaria is a problem. Malaria was a problem, but the game itself is that was the first Far Cry game I played. I never played one, and I remember reading about it in what was I reading at the time? I think it was Games Master magazine I used to read back then. Seeing like the fire stuff and all that, and I was like, yeah, I need to play this, and it turns out, yeah, I did. Where are we watching from today? That's a great question, Rick Jeffrey. Where are we all watching from today, everyone? Let me know. I'm watching from a wintry sunny day in London. Where are we all watching the game today? Let me know. Nuno could be Greek with that bit. It's very philosophical. It's very philosophical, which I respect immensely. Dos Nuno, dos Spiritos, dos Nuno, dos Santos had a hard name to say. I almost got there. I was almost pretty proud of the fact I almost got there, but it didn't quite play out like that, did it? It did not quite play. Your camera's very fuzzy, or is it just me? It might be me. My internet's been acting up a little bit today, so it could be me, Stephen, to be fair. It could be me. Good interception from West Ham as they play the ball around at the back now. Just dispossessing Tottenham quite easily. Again, we're dealing with Tottenham relatively easily so far. It's very early and we can't really say anything. It's very early in, but we are dealing with them. I don't want to say with relative ease, but we're coping. We haven't quite got the transition into attack in full flow yet, but we've had the better opportunities. We've had the opportunities, which Spurs don't really have. Fornals finds Bowen. This is a good opportunity here. Ben Johnson's running on the outside. Bowen's got an eye for goal. That's my problem with Bowen. Bowen's having a really good game. Well, let's be real about it. Bowen's having a really good... Sorry, not even game. Bowen is having a really good... Fornals! Save! Fornals with a scissor kick. Oh, my God. Ball got played in from the right-hand side from Bowen, just as I was criticizing him. And Fornals hits a scissor kick volley. Not a scissor kick, sorry. A sort of sideways, like jumpy one like that. It forces a good save early doors from Hugo Lloris. It's not even a great cross, but just Fornals, I didn't know he had it in him. What a piece of improvisation. It's not the most difficult thing for Lloris to save. He does get down well and palms it away, but flipping heck, I didn't know he had it in him. It's my one problem with Bowen. He's playing so well at the moment, and I'm loving watching him, but he does occasionally just blinkers on, staring at the goal. Nothing else can be seen. And it can be a bit frustrating. So, Greenwood, do you want my opinion on Goldbridge, or are you just calling him an op? Because if you're calling him an op, he's not an op. If you want my opinion on him, I like Goldbridge. I like Goldbridge a lot, to be fair. I like Mark a lot. I think I have immense respect for the watch along thing. Obviously, I do it. Obviously, I sit here and I do it myself. PlayStation bit of PS1. Yeah, I know it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. I can see my internet is struggling today, and I don't know why. I would restart it if I can. I might try and restart it at halftime or something. We'll see what happens. But yeah. I like Goldbridge a lot. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I do the watch-alongs as well, so I have immense respect for what he does because I think his watch-alongs are the best. I think he does the best watch-alongs. And him sitting here and doing it by himself, like, I can't explain to you how difficult that is. So the fact that he does it by himself as well, I think he does the best watch-alongs. And he seems to be a very funny guy as well. I've been watching those videos he's been doing at the moment where he takes like a YouTuber in a car, drives about a bit and has a conversation. There's one with Spencer FC. There's a couple other ones out there. I think they're all good. I think he's a decent dude. I can't believe it. I can't lie to you. Queso, who do you think will win this match? I believe West Ham will 3-2. That's my opinion. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what do you think the score will be for Manchester United versus Liverpool? I don't mind you asking at all, Stephen. My bet would be, I wouldn't put money on it because I'm not a betting man. I could see a 2-2. I can see a 2-2 in that one. I'll back 2-2. I'll say 2-2. I'll sit on the fence. I think that's a bit disappointing, but I will sit on the fence. We're seeing some stats on the screen there. 3 attempts to West Ham compared to Tottenham's none. Passes in the final third, West Ham 15, Tottenham 6, and we have more possession. I mean, again, this is kind of what we're expecting to some extent, but maybe not as dominant. They will, of course, get shots off at some point. And the thing is, Tottenham, obviously, they have such quality players. Well, there's your first shot from range from Højbjerg, but straight into the hands of Fabianski. Nothing even close to being concerning there. But he just strikes it cleanly from range just to give him something to think about. What I was going to say about Spurs is, look, they are obviously going to get shots. We can't sit here and pretend like they're not going to. It's a good opportunity for Spurs. You've got forward after the replay, save from Fabianski. Dombele goes down, holding his ankle. It's one of those ones where the replay comes back right as someone's in the area, concerningly. And Dombele is down. West Ham end up playing it out, much to the chagrin of the home fans. It was Zuma who went in on him. There's nothing wrong with it. It wasn't a big dangerous tackle or anything. He just puts his foot in to try and stop it. And I think he maybe maybe a stud ends up on a toe or something like that. Not a pen, just a little mistaken thing. The thing with Spurs is, look, we're not going to be able to keep them quiet the entire game. They're obviously going to get moments where it works out and they're going to get shots away. And the thing is, they have such quality players, especially in Kane and in Son, where it's going to be, they're almost certainly going to get a lot of shots away on target. It's just going to happen. So it's a case of how can we deal with them best before that case? How can we step up and do other bits and pieces? We're getting a VAR check, by the way. No penalty is the decision. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it ends up playing out. But I can't imagine this being anything. I can't imagine us keeping them this quiet for the entire game. Exactly. Yes. I flipping love Zuma, man. Zuma is very quickly becoming one of my favorite players. I can't lie. I adore him. Do you think Ollie will be sacked if Man United lose today? No, only because I think he's put a little bit of credit in the bank. I think it's becoming increasingly unlikely that he stays for a long-term period. So I don't believe he'll be sacked, but I think it's just another one of those marks against him, if you see what I'm saying, that are starting to build up. But I think he has enough credit in the bank to survive a bit longer. But when you have the team that Man United have currently, it's difficult to say that you have that credit in the bank anymore. At some point, it just has to happen, you know? At some point, it has to happen. Rice spreads the ball out wide to Ben Johnson. I'm going to focus on the game for a bit. Let's see if I can get my brain into full gear because it's all over the shop right now. Johnson trying to sprint past Son. Son does well defensively there, to be fair. Just tracking Johnson. Gets into a good position. Arms down to stop. Forced him back. West Ham back on the halfway line. Trying to replay now the ball down the left-hand side instead. Cresswell and Fornals trying to link up there. Just doesn't quite happen. Under a physical Spurs attack. Physical Spurs defense, I should say. I said attack because, you attack someone, you get at them. But I realize in football, obviously you have attack and defense. So a physical defense is what I should say. Because that's sort of what I'm talking about. It's sort of what I was trying what I'm talking about anyway. And one of the worst frames you're ever going to see from Spurs. Throw in to Kane, who tries to put it back, and it goes straight back out again for a West Ham throw. Cresswell takes it quickly down the line to Mikel Antonio. Turns Emerson. Well, tries to just loft it into Souček. Oh, it was on his weaker foot in the area. It comes down to Souček, not on his head. It was well done by West Ham, to be fair, after being given an opportunity by poor Harry Kane pass. Antonio picks up the throw and turns Emerson, gets the ball in with his weaker foot. It wasn't the best cross you're ever going to see in your life, but it does land at the feet of Thomas Souček, who on the volley with his weak foot puts it over. Close, and maybe had the time to do something else with it, but it happens. Close. How do you watch it? Link in the description below, my friend. Discord, join it. There's a bit in there called Stream Links. Have a click, get involved. Do you think Ollie will last till Xmas? I'm going to make a bold prediction and say yes, and I think that is a bold prediction as well. I don't think that's likely. I don't think it's likely, but I'll say yes. That's not Souček territory, to be fair. Left-footed side volley. It's not at all. And I'm not hating on him for missing it. You know what I mean? Not at all. I'm not hating on him for missing it at all. Wally, my liege, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm not blaming Souček for missing it. It's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. On his right foot, on his head, then I'm thinking he'll get it on target. Left foot like that, first time volley. Nah, it's all right. It happens. And from an opportunity we really shouldn't have had, because again, Harry Kane literally just passed it off the pitch for some reason, and I still don't, Ping over the top was looking for Reguilon on the overlap there for Spurs. Can't quite find him. It goes out for a throw in once again. It was completely overhit there from Højbjerg. Drinking a cold cup of tea. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. It's very cold. Oh, for now, that's a great bend into path of Mikel Antonio. Lloris does well to come out and stop that. But all of a sudden, 2 passes and West Ham were through there. Rice finds Fornals. Fornals just bends it over the top into the path of Antonio. And Lloris has to come out and stop that from outside the area just to get it out for a West Ham throw. A terrible throw, by the way. Tottenham regain possession from it. But yeah, you had to do it. Oh, look at Zuma. Just showing Harry Kane the muscles. My God, what a man. What a man. And a bit of iffy play, and he recovers it again. Kurt Zuma, ladies and gentlemen. Kurt Zuma. What a boy. What a boy. Fornals, man. So good. I flip it. Pablo Fornals is one of the players who I think could easily walk into basically almost any team in the league. So maybe 1 or 2 he wouldn't. But apart from, he really could. He's so good. He's so good. Kurt Zuma, another just excellent boy. I love Kurt Zuma. Owning Kane, love it. You love it, don't you? I flipping love it. I just love Kurt Zuma, I can't lie. Who's going to be the new coach? I doubt they'll get Zidane. That I don't know. CR, that I'm not certain about. I can't imagine Zidane will happen either. Low-key, if I was Zidane, I'd never manage anyone else anyway. But I don't know. I don't know who they get. Outside chance, let's say Ten Hag. Why not? But yeah, I don't know. A deflected cross from Tottenham, trying to create something from it. And to be fair, Lucas Moura does really well to try and keep Spurs possession, but West Ham just slowly work their way back into the game. Souček and Johnson putting the pressure on, getting a decent opportunity. A poor pass out from Fabianski as a throw in to Tottenham, but deep into their own half. And Tottenham go again. So far, you'd have to say it's West Ham's game so far. I would say they've probably had more possession. In fact, we can have a look at that, I believe, if I pull this up. Where are you? Oh, it's flipped. Now West Ham had less possession. Scenes. Mad. I cannot get out. This StreamYard's not working properly at all. There you go. That'll do. StreamYard is not working properly at all. I'm struggling to click on comments here. The quality of the video is just all over the shop. I'm having a mare. I'm having an absolute mare. Fornals nods it down, though, to Ben Rama, who tries to play for Antonio's in a straight foot race here. And he just powers Romero out the way, lays it into Ben Rama. Couldn't quite find him. Hit from range. Oh, from Fornals just wide. Mikel Antonio just he couldn't quite beat Romero in a foot race to get that one. Romero does really well to stay ahead of him. And so Antonio 50-50 just shoves him out of the way, plays it into a really good position. Ben Rama can't quite get there. It's just behind him. But then it's played, it bounces back to Pablo Fornals. He strikes it sweetly, but he just a little miss, just a tiny miss hit with the outside of his boot, and it sort of swerves away. But another good opportunity from West Ham there. Another good opportunity. Just murdered 10 barbecue sticky wings. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Scott. You are making me so hungry right now. You're making me so hungry right now. Son, this is a really good opportunity for Spurs, by the way. Lucas is there. A terrible decision from Lucas Moura. A terrible decision from Lucas Moura, but a really good opportunity for Spurs. All of a sudden, very direct, finding Son over the top. Again, this is where he's going to be his most dangerous. Finds he's in the box. He's battling with it. He somehow finds Lucas Moura, who, again, there's so many West Ham players around him, but we are panicking. It's 6s and 7s. There was no positional awareness from any of our players there at all. And the fact Son even manages to find Lucas in that position is insane with the amount of people who are around him. And then Lucas, for some reason, facing the wrong way, decides to turn around and hit it. Look, if you can keep it on target, then it probably catches Fabianski unawares, but it's so difficult to keep it on target. It just goes flying over. Terrible decision from Lucas there, but again, it's what we need to be aware of with Spurs. They are dangerous like that. And it was very direct. It was very sudden. And with someone like Son up front on the wing, you can just ping it forward and put it into those positions, and he will get there. He will get there. An early doors yellow card for West Ham here. I believe it's Said Ben Rama who's picking it up. We're looking at it again. Oh, it's Thomas Souček who's getting it. Yellow for a high foot there. His studs end up going into the leg of Højbjerg. I don't think there can be too many complaints about that. I don't think it was. Look, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. It wasn't a case of any malice in it, and I don't think it's probably worth more than a yellow, but a yellow card regardless, because his studs did go directly into the thighs of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Is it Pierre-Emile? Was it something else? Emile. It's something Emile Højbjerg. I can't remember. I think it's Pierre. The point is, his studs got into his thighs. It's yellow. What can you do? What can you do? Fornals hungry for a word. He is. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Our counter is on point. Yeah, we're doing relatively well with it, to be fair. We're doing it relatively well from there. I'm fine. It is Pierre-Emile. Knowledge. Let's go. Thank you very much, Val. Thank you very much. Love that from me. Love that from me. We can have a look at the possession, as I was just saying. West Ham have dropped now in possession. We're now only on 45 to 55. But you can see the shots here are still significantly in our favour. And we'll see how that ends up playing out. But to be honest with you, them getting more possession is not that much of an issue. It's anything, it's preferable to some extent. It's preferable to some extent. So we'll see how it ends up working out. But look, they aren't. Under Nuno, they are not a possession-based side. They are very much a counter-attacking team. As Nuno is, that's Nuno's thing, right? He loves a good counter-attack. And so to see them having more possession, that's kind of all right with us. We can force them into that position. They can have it. They can have it. They're not really generating shots from that possession. We are. So go hog wild, you know. Go hog wild. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Very flat atmos. We need a spark. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. It's not firing on all cylinders yet, you said. Alvin, Hammer. Yes. Yes. Ivan Toney will take Harry Kane's England spot for sure. I'd be shocked if, look, I don't know. Is Ivan Toney, has he played international football for anyone else yet? I can't remember. I don't know. But if he is eligible, I'd be surprised if he didn't. I don't know if he's eligible though. I'd have to double check before I said anything definitively on the matter. He's having a significantly better season than Kane, that's to be sure. That's to be sure. I'm quite disappointed. I don't know. We should have got him when we had the chance. We should have got him when we had the chance. He's so good. He's so good. Flat atmosphere. It's not a fiery game right now either. You know, it's not. Listen, the atmosphere is flat. I think it's not. It's not popping. It's not bouncing, but it's also that kind of game. It's just sort of so far playing out in a very sort of predictable-ish manner. Fornals plays it forward to Mikel Antonio, who gets dispossessed well by Romero, to be fair. I think Romero's sort of been told me. I don't know if he's told to man mark him or not, but that's a good one too for Son, who hits it. Save from Fabianski directly into his feet. It was another good opportunity. Son is finding the space. Kane is dropping deep, and you're seeing Mora and Son sort of almost as a front two in a sense. On this counter-attack, they're finding sort of direct, zippy through passes into them. And it's not dangerous. It's not dangerous. Son there, it was a good opportunity. It would have been something spectacular to would have taken something special to have beaten the goalkeeper from there. But a quick 1-2 with Ndombele puts him through. He's in the box. And Fabianski's in a good position. He's big. He's making it difficult. And it's straight into the feet of Fabianski in the end. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Do I think Brentford will keep up this performance? Yeah, I do. I really back Brentford this year. Look, it'll be a mid-table finish, I suspect, but a mid-table finish with a lot of respect. And I'd be interested to see how they step up next season transfer-wise, what they do, how they play, if they do stay in the Premier League. But I do think they'll keep this performance up, yeah. And if they can keep hold of Ivan Toney, it's another big thing. There's a couple of other players, obviously, like Mbemo and people like that, but it'll be like I said, the transfer window next summer will be interesting for them, but I do believe they'll stay up, and I do believe they'll keep up the performances. Some moved away from Zuma and Johnson because they're just beast. Listen, I don't disagree with you, mate. I do not disagree with you at all. I'm telling you that. I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm not, because it's causing us more issues, but you know what I mean. But he has sort of moved over, hasn't he? Like now, he's just collected the ball here, but he's on the position on the right, basically. And Moore is also on that right-hand side. I mean, look, their free is giving us sort of like some... They're just sort of moving about. Kane dropping deep, trying to orchestrate play. Doesn't quite work out there. And West Ham can break. Pablo Fornals on the ball on the left-hand side. Just crosses the halfway line. Tries to find outside of the right boot pass for Antonio. He didn't really have many options, did Pablo there, to be fair. It was difficult. He was in a position there where he was absolutely swarmed by Spurs players, and he tries to the best of his ability. And look, Pablo Fornals is one of the best at it. Just outside of the boot pass, trying to get it in and around the defenders, trying to get it into the path of Mikel Antonio. Can't quite manage it. But again, he didn't really have the options there. The game pace has slowed down significantly, and I've just seen an unreal comment. The game pace has slowed down significantly, and the atmosphere sort of dipped off because of it. It's not. I'll take this. If we win this game, I don't really care what it is for now. You know what I mean? Like, if we get the points, we get the points. But we need a little something. And now for the unreal comment. DQ. Force on School's goals, munching on his daughter's toes. It's weird, bro. It was weird. I'm not okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, there are times like, and this one's a bit less. This one's a bit more like whatever, right? You know, like people who kiss their children on the lips. I'm not about that life, right? But I understand some people find that very normal. But the toes thing is weird. It's weird. You know what? It's weird. Stop it. No, it's weird. Stop it. Why did she post it? Why? Why would you post that? Why would you let the world see your dad just having a little... Why? It's weird. No. It's a problem. It's not like she's a child. She's 19 years old. I know. It's weird. It's weird. Son is looking lively. John. Not, again, something you expect. Son's world class. I know I keep saying this. I would just keep saying it. Son is world class. Bro, he was having a munch on his daughter's toenails. He was out here like, nah, fam. Nah, like the kiss on the lips thing. Like I say, the kiss on the lips thing, I understand. I'm not for it, but I understand that's like quite normal for some people. Fair enough, right? But you can't tell me there is that is a normal thing to do. As James just says there, do they know what nail clippers? Just get the nails done. Just, you know what I mean? What are you doing? What are you doing? No. No. I thought we'd be a serial killer. Bro, it's weird. It's weird. I just, what are you doing? I feel like there's a red in this game. Yeah, I could see that. It's getting a bit like that, isn't it? It's getting a bit like that. Someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was, did call out a red card. And it wouldn't shock me at this point. It wouldn't shock me. Who do you think is better, Saka or Greenwood? Saka for me, but Greenwood is very, very well. I think Saka has a better all-round game. If you're asking me who I'd rather have in my team, I would say Saka. But Greenwood, if you're playing, if you want someone to come in and play purely as an attacking inside forward winger type player, then Mason Greenwood. But he's 2-footed in the most. It shocks me. Like it shocks me. But probably, yeah, I would say Saka's probably a better all-round player at this stage. We've been poor for the last 20 minutes, too slow. I agree, James. It's been a struggle. We're sort of slow. We've slowed down a bit. The game in general has slowed down a bit, and Tottenham have got complete control of it. And to be honest with you, I think we're totally okay with that. I think we're all right with letting them just have possession and play it around and do whatever with it, right? Because we're confident in our counter-attack, as we should be. We were last season, and not to the same extent this season, but last season, one of the better counter-attacking teams in the league, right? And so we can be relatively confident to just let them have the ball, which isn't Tottenham's game at the moment. Tottenham do not play a front foot possession style based system. Oh, bless me. Flipping neck. Anyway, Tottenham do not play a possession-based front foot system. So we're sort of allowing them to have possession, knowing it's not their thing. The problem is, of course, it doesn't really matter what your thing is when you have people like Son and Kane. It's always an issue. But the most dangerous opportunities for Spurs is when Kane is dropped deep, creating a bit of space, Son moves centrally, and has the opportunity to do a little something with it, right? That's been their most dangerous opportunities. And allowing them to have possession of the ball, although it feels like it would be worse for us, it's not that much of an issue. But it has slowed down significantly. We are playing poor. We're not playing very well right now. And we need to change something up a little bit. It's my Antonio on the matter. Are you a West Ham fan? Yes. Ben Rama battling with Emerson there for the ball. Antonio wins it back. Sorry, Antonio collects it after he wins it back. Turns Emerson. I tell you what, Emerson's not dealing with Antonio in that battle too well. Souček dinks it over well for Ben Johnson. I tell you what, I'm fine with him taking that swing. Even though it was never going in, I'm fine with him doing it. Usually I get very frustrated for people taking shots, which just aren't going to happen. But today I'll allow that one. Souček lofts it forward for him. He runs onto it absolutely. He mishits it with the outside of his right book significantly. It just goes flying into the front row. But to be fair, I will take that one. It happens. Didn't see the channel name. Yeah, don't worry about it. Good to see you, Oliver. I hope you're well. Subscribe if you're around here. Like the video, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Do I play Fantasy Premier League? No, not anymore. Because I just forget every single time that it exists and then end up losing. I still do well because, you can make predictions at the beginning of the season that will become true, right? And so I'm pretty good at that, but I never win and I just forget, so I don't bother doing it anymore. I don't bother doing it anymore. Is Vlasic going to flop or is he going to be the player we hope? It could be somewhere in between. I don't think he'll flop, but I think he needs more time. Look, I don't think he'll flop mainly because I just think you know, it's kind of what Moyes does. Moyes takes his time in bedding people in, and he's come from a very different team and a very different system. And we play a very specific style of football, and he needs time to sort of grow into that, right? So I think that's the main issue. If he my concern is that he'll keep being put on the left, and that will hamper some of his best attributes, where he really is he's almost a second striker, and you want him in that sort of the role Ben Rama's playing. But unfortunately, Ben Rama's playing so well here. Ben Rama's doing so well at the moment that it's difficult for him to replace him. So you want to look at it. You want to get him some time to sort of get into that flow. I think he'll be fine, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. West Ham on the counter attack. West Ham getting a bit more possession over the last 5 minutes or so here. Second opportunity. Well, that's a good ball in. Souček is there. Off the stanchion from the header from Thomas Souček. It was close stuff. West Ham waking up a little bit here. And Souček again. Souček's getting a lot further forward the last 3 games, which is good to see. The roles have sort of flipped reversed with him and Rice again. It's good to see because this is what he's good at. Fornals whips it in, puts it into the head of Souček, who was rising. And I think Bowen was there as well, who wouldn't have done anything more of it. But it's off the stanchion. Close. But it's good to see. It's good to see. And I'm enjoying to see that pivot changing now. I'm enjoying to see that pivot changing back again. To see Rice being the more defensive of the two and Souček, allowing Souček to get further forward. Because that's important. That is very important, I think. We need that. We need them to... So Souček's just so good going forward. He's so dangerous inside the box. Hampering that is silly to me. I think you just got to do it. Harry Kane almost trying to turn Ben Johnson, but Ben Johnson says no. He says no, not today, sir. Not having it. Ben Rama, Fornals, Rice all linking up here. Rice plays it out to the side. Souček, Cresswell, he's looking to get that early cross in. He does. That one was poor. That one was poor. Come January, where do you think Calvin Phillips will end up? I think he'll stay at Leeds. I think he'll stay at Leeds and move next summer. That's my opinion. No matter where he'll go in the summer, Pablo, different question. No clue. No, not the foggiest. But I suspect that'll be the way it works out. Set piece merchant. Very harsh, James. Very harsh. But that cross was poor. I mean, you can't act like it wasn't. That cross was poor. But I do think you're being a bit harsher. Don't mind you being harsh, of course. I'm totally for it. Go hog wild. But it was a good opportunity there for Tottenham, but he can't quite make it work. And a yellow card. Okay, another yellow card there for West Ham. Ref very card happy. Ndombele goes down there. They were on a counter-attack, Spurs, trying to do something with it. And Ndombele... That's the yellow, is it? I don't know if that's a yellow. I can't lie to you. I think that's a light yellow card, let's say, for Angelo Ogbonna. He doesn't complain too much about it. And Ndombele at full stretch to try and control that ball, he's sort of lost it at that point. And although when Souček got the yellow, ball in, nodded away, opportunity, hit from Spurs, and Ndombele is well over. If this is Souček's foot and this is Ndombele's leg, right? Before, studs into it. Fine. That is a yellow. I can admit that. Ogbonna's was like that. Ogbonna was like that. It's not yellow for me, but I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it just seems a bit whatever. Son coming over now to take the corner for Tottenham. From the right-hand side, here goes Son. Whips it in. Can't find anyone. And then Reguilon's follow-up shot. Awful goes out for a goal kick to West Ham. Not even close. And the fact I had to wait a second to see if it goes out tells you how slow the shot actually was. Terrible work. Do you have an OnlyFans yet? Not yet, Jeffrey. We're seeing what we can do. You know what I mean? You got to load up on content first. You know, take some of the pics for the peeps. You know what I mean? First, and then you can start unleashing them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Who would you say the best player in the Premier is at the minute? Salah, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll back that. Form-wise, at least, I'll back that. City gets Haaland. Phillips will never go to United. I can see Phillips getting a new contract to stay one more year. I can see City getting Haaland, and I can see Phillips staying another year. That's probably true. I mean, look, like I say, I believe Phillips will stay until the end of the season, at least. But we'll see what happens in the summer. But another year, I could see that. I mean, he's such a specific player as well. I don't know how many other teams he fits in. I don't know. We'll see. The fans incensed there on I think it was Romero, who's all over Mikel Antonio. Mikel Antonio is still annoyed. He's shouting at the ref. Players playing on literally around him, and he's still shouting at the referee. Who I don't think he's having the best of games in his life, but there you go. Kane out to Reguilon on the left-hand side, tries to pull it back across straight into Jaraboni, gets a second bite of the cherry here, Reguilon. Tries to put it in with his weak foot. Header from Dombele, but the header was directly at Fabianski. Reguilon, I mean, look, he puts it into a decent enough position. It wasn't an unreal cross, and Ndombele was attacking it again, not from a great position, but straight at Fabianski. You want a bit more. You want a bit more from that if you're Spurs. $10 left of the first half. Ugh, you know what I mean? Antonio does well there against Romero. Shoves him off. Maybe should have passed that, Mikel. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. Maybe should have passed that. Direct, very Spursy attack from West Ham there. Ben Johnson just directly over the top. Romero gets shoved off by Mikel Antonio again. Fornals is in such a good position. Ben Rama's there, and instead he goes for goal with his weak foot. He does really well to generate the opportunity, but I feel like he should have passed it. Just pass it. Yeah, that's my opinion. If these don't finish top half, I think Phillips and Rafinha will leave this summer. I think Rafinha might leave. Is more likely to leave than Phillips. But I don't know. Again, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it plays out. We'll see. So, not the best game of football so far. Not the best game of football so far from West Ham Spurs here. You know, and not the best performance either. Like, if you look at, say, our previous game against Genk, where I don't think we were the best we've ever seen, but I still think we played well. We were still professional. We still held it together. We were still fairly on point with what we needed to be on point with. This one, I don't know. The performances from neither side are there right now. And it's playing out in quite a nothingy kind of way. Quite a nothingy way. Let me put it this way. If it's still like this in the second half, a Baby Bell's getting consumed. You know what I mean? We need to fire up the boys. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is the one. Right now. So far, at least. Neither side look like they're particularly close to scoring. They're generating chances. Not the best chances you've ever seen, but they're generating chances. But neither team seems to have that killer instinct in the area, you know, the final third. You're not getting particularly great shots off. You're not getting particularly great final balls a lot of time. Or you're getting not bad final balls, but the decision-making in the area for both teams just isn't quite there. I don't know. It's just not happening. It's just not happening so far. Ben Rama just tries to take around Højbjerg, can't quite make it. Spurs try to counter-attack off it. Son. I love Son. Lucas Moura. Got Reguilon on the left-hand side. He finds him. Reguilon from the sort of corner flag area. Tries to put it in. Kane! Fabianski. That's the most important save he's had to make all game. It's been very boring up to this point. And that's a good save. And it's a good opportunity for Spurs. Played out twice to Reguilon, who from the left-hand side near the corner flag just lofts it into Kane at the back post, who's open to attack it in a very Andy Carroll-like fashion, just like loft it up into the box and allow the strikers to really go for it. Gets a very good header, the best. That's probably the best shot all game, if we're being honest about it. And it's not at Fabianski. It ends up being a relatively easy save for him, but it's just come at him so instantly that he sort of just has to palm it up in the air. It's in the description below. It should say join our Discord. There should be a link in the description below. Played in from the corner, resultant corner, headed away by Thomas Souček. Højbjerg lofts it just back towards goal. Reguilon tries to play it in towards Kane again. Can't quite find him. West Ham on the opportunities. Counter-attack. Bowen just falls over. I don't know what happened to Bowen there, but he just fell over. Mora. Spurs looking for something here. Playing the ball about. Kane recollects it again. Fornals went to try and tackle him, but thought better of it. Mora tried to find Son on that last man again. West Ham with the counter-attack. Bowen. Can't quite find Pablo Fornals. It happens. It happens. Yeah, I was just checking that. That's fine. I mean, look, we're on the verge of half-time here. Mora trying to do a little something. Can't. We're on the verge of half-time here. 1 minute of extra time. We're in that of stoppage right now. And it's just, and I think that's true of both sides. I don't think Spurs have been particularly good. I don't think we've been particularly good. Spurs have probably been the better team. They've certainly been more in control of the game, but they've not created enough killer chances with that, And again, we're playing against the counter-attacking side here, and we are very much letting them have the ball. But our counter-attack isn't really good enough to the point where isn't really enough to get it flowing in any sort of significant way, you know what I'm saying? And so at this point, you're looking at it and you're saying, well, at halftime, do you make changes? Do you change the formation, change the system? I think it's just a case of getting them in and shouting at them. It's not. I don't think it's uncommon for West Ham in the last little while to be like this. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Halftime whistle has just gone, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Halftime here at the London Stadium is West Ham United 0, Tottenham 0. In a sort of quite plodding, predictable manner. In a quite plodding, predictable manner, it is 0-0 at halftime. How do we feel, everyone? How do we feel at halftime? What do we feel like? What do we feel like going wrong? What do we feel like going right? Let me know in the comments below. Jill will be joining us in just a moment. Let's get involved in that conversation. We'll see how that goes on. Just slept through the entire first half. Good morning from the USA. Good morning. You've not missed much. I won't lie to you, Andrew. I can't lie to you. You have not missed next to anyone. Someone's got to tell Johnson to get closer to Reguilon. His crosses are dangerous. I agree. The problem is obviously when you have wingers, Moyes' system is forcing people into a small, compact area. That's how he defends. That's what he wants to do. Okay, he wants people to sort of squish together and stop and mean that sort of they can't make their way into the area. So asking Johnson to go touch tight from Reguilon, for example, is going to pull them out of the position that Moyes really wants him to. The bigger thing here for me would be perhaps saying to someone like Bowen, you need to get touch tight on Reguilon. But again, that's sort of at that point allowing Spurs freedom to do whatever the hell they want. You're allowing Spurs to have the freedom to do whatever they want at that point. So if you are to have Johnson, for example, getting touch tight to Reguilon, you're going to sort of allow that space to exist. And I don't know how much Moyes is going to be okay with that. How do you feel about the game, Gio?
It's been a poor watch, hasn't it? I think they're starting to dominate the game in midfield. I think Skip and Højbjerg are running the game a little bit. not keen on that. I think we've got a couple of players not playing good enough, and I think that's impacting the overall performance of the team. But it's 0-0 at the end of the day. I think while we are playing average, we are drawing. An average. If West Ham played average against Spurs a few years ago, we'd have been 2-0 down by half-time. But we go in level, and I expect Moyes to change it. It might only be subtle tweaks, but I expect some form of changes from Moyes at half-time, and a much improved West Ham in the second half, hopefully, because we did okay in glimpses, but over 45 minutes weren't really consistent. Even for 5 minutes, we'd have a couple of minutes here and there, but not good enough for us. But it's 0-0.
Fair. When I go to toilet, I'm also going to restart my internet because apparently it's running mad slow. So I'm going to do that while I do it. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so.
Cheers. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So the best from West Ham is, I think Ben Ram has been poor. To be honest with you. I think Spurs are winning the battle in the middle of the park. Højbjerg and Skipper playing really well, I think. And that is Ben Rama's space, if you want. I think I would switch them. I think I would switch Ben Rama and Pablo Fornals. The reason being is Fornals works harder. I think Fornals is really good sort of in that area. And sometimes when we used to play the sort of three at the back, we'd have Fornals as one of the attacking players, and he would drop in to help out Rice and Souček quite often. So I think for that reason, I would take Fornals into the middle, move Ben Rama out to the side, and just have a go at Emerson. Emerson doesn't mind a yellow card, new to the Premier League and stuff. Let's test him a little bit, because at the minute, Tottenham are winning their individual battles across the pitch. So I think we need to give them something to think about, really. So I think I'd get Ben Rama out on the left and get Fornals into the middle to help out Rice and Souček, because Højbjerg and Skip are playing 10 yards away from Rice and Souček at the minute. It's not a 2-on-2 battle in there. They're sort of in the space that Ndombele is occupying. I think Ndombele is playing well for Tottenham. He's dropping deep, doing little triangles, and moving up the pitch, and dragging Rice or Souček with him to allow Skip and Højbjerg to have that space. So I think I'd put Fornals into the middle and get in the faces of Højbjerg and Skip. Stop letting them run the ball. Whenever Tottenham had the ball, all they have to do is turn around, have a look at the middle of the park. Bam, there's an option there. Every single time there's an option. Ben Rama, he's not there. I don't know where he is. He's just not there. And if he is there, he's not pressing enough. He's not chasing the ball. And like I said, I wouldn't necessarily sub Ben Rama. I would just get him out in the middle of the park, put Fornals in there to disrupt their middle pairing in midfield, because they're better at it. I think Antonio's having a bit of a poor game up front. I think Romero has been fantastic at the minute. I think whenever Antonio goes to get the ball, bang, he's right there on him. And the funny thing is, I know they conceded 7, right? But Grant Hanley did the same to Kai Havertz yesterday. Whenever Havertz got the ball for Chelsea, bang, Hanley was there in the back of him, kicking the ball away, not letting him have it. And I think Antonio is struggling a bit today. The one time he did get the better of him, he was a bit greedy, weren't he? Antonio puts it wide when he probably should have passed it, really. But you know something, at the end of the day, right, it's 0-0. And I'm feeling okay. Just okay, because we're not losing. Fabianski's had to make a good save from Harry Kane. I think there's one area that concerns me, which is Reguilón coming down the left against Ben Johnson. But we can solve that. You know, it's an obvious thing to do. Down the other side of the park, we're perfectly fine. Fornals and Creswell are more than handling Lucas and Emerson coming down there. We're doing well there. I think Zuma's having a good game. Bona, yellow card's a bit of a worry, but again, that's something we need to take into consideration. I'd imagine Moyes will end up on. Moyes. I'd imagine Rice will end up booked. He's done a few fouls, hasn't he? Early doors, Declan Rice. He's done a couple of fouls, but I'm still confident we're going to go on and win this game, because when we do go forward, and there's glimpses from both teams. Both teams are providing glimpses of what they can do when they go forward. They can possess a threat. You know, Souček should have done better with his header, perhaps. Maybe it's a bit harsh. I thought Fornals was unlucky with his bicycle kick. I thought it was a really good effort. Just unlucky. It was a fantastic strike. But I don't think it will be that bad. I say bad. It's not even bad. We just need a bit of inspiration from the second half. There's no one really grabbing the name by the scruff of the neck for West Ham yet. And I think we need someone like that. And this is where, and I know people are going to say get over it, right? But this is where we miss Jesse Lingard. This is a game where Jesse Lingard would pick the ball up, would turn around, would run at Tottenham's defence and almost drag the team up the pitch by 10, 15 yards. We were missing that. That's where Bowen or Ben Rama for now has to do it. One of them three need to take a bit more responsibility out there for West Ham and get on the ball a bit more, because when we are getting possession with Rice and Souček and the centre-backs, we're giving it to the full-backs and it's coming back at them. The front three is not really getting involved too much, but you look at Tottenham, Ndombele is dropping deep to get involved with the game and move forward and try and disrupt West Ham's middle of the park. Like I said, it's not been great from West Ham. It's disappointing, I guess, but it's still 0-0. I still think we can go on and win this game, but we're going to need to do something a little bit different. We're going to need to change it up, but that's what I said. I think for now, into the middle is what I would do. Let's take some of your comments, get them in. Liam says, not so bad, create some pretty good chances. Messy game, confident we can get 3. That's me. Jordan said it's congested in the middle of the park. I'd make it more congested. I don't think it's congested enough when Tottenham have the ball. They've got too much space in there. I think Højbjerg and Skipper running the gaff. They're running around the stadium in the first half, to be honest with you. I think we need to get someone in their faces and stop them. When they get it, they're getting 3-4 touches before they have to pass the ball. It's not quite good enough. I think we just need someone just to force the play a little bit more. We've not really asked enough questions of their centre-backs yet. There's a mistake in them. And I think our centre-backs have looked ropier than theirs. But I think we have better defenders. The problem is Spurs ask questions of ours. Bon has yellow card, Son running in behind as well. That type of thing. We're not doing enough of that. So I think I just want to see a little bit more. George is saying we're missing pace in our team. We might need Rice to start carrying the ball. This is where something might need to change a little bit. What we're going to do we get Lanzini on for Ben Rama, Vlasic on for Niles or something? Those two players we know are what you would label, if you like, as ball carriers and stuff. And I think we do miss it a little bit. Frank said been very relaxed, need to up the tempo. I think there's something to be said, right? I'm not saying that this is the tactic. I think there's something to be said for keeping them at arm's length for 45 minutes and then upping the intensity in the second half, if you can do that. The problem is that's what Nuno used to do at Wolves. Wolves were very much known for drawing games at 0-0. Then in the second half, Nuno would switch it. He would usually bring Traore on the bench or something. And bang, Wolves would come at you with a different game plan in the second half, and they would try and win it in 45 minutes. They spend the first half just keeping the game at 0-0, keep the other team at arm's length. In the second half, they would take it to you. Hopefully, when the other team's a little bit fatigued. So there's something to be said for it. Ben said Fredericks. Yeah, there's no Fredericks. Fredericks is injured. He's not on the bench. Adam says that he would like to press a bit more, get wide. Best chance to come from getting wide. I agree with that. I think they're probably weak down the sides. Not the fullbacks necessarily, but Son isn't the greatest at tracking back. And Ndombele sticking forward a little bit, which means that Højbjerg and Skipper having to come out and cover for one of the wide midfielders as well. So I do think we should keep going down the sides as well. I agree with that. And then, a couple of crosses have led to shots from us. So it'd be silly not to sort of keep trying them. We're all saying we've seen a bit rushed in the final third. I think we look a little bit safe. I think a couple of times Ben Johnson's gone down the right and Bowen's done the run beside down the line, which is fine. But he just keeps playing it down the line, and it's sort of like it just moves the ball 5 yards forward. But then Bowen's in the corner with nowhere to run. It just seems a little bit safe. It'd be better if, Bowen would make a run inside the fullback, try and get Johnson to play in behind the fullback rather than just down the side. So we're just lacking a little bit of a spark, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, I'm reading the chat, and some people are all right. Some people are very calm, and there's other people where they're a bit worried. I think Fraser makes a really good point here. We look better when we hold possession rather than counter-attack. I think that's a very fair comment. I think we have looked okay knocking around at the back, but when we've been asked to try and attack, we've sort of struggled a little bit. Chris says he thinks it's a plan. Hold him, hit him in the second half. I'm hoping so, Chris. Only the second half will tell us that. If fatigue is an issue, fatigue is a worry of David Moyes. Bear in mind against Brentford, later on in the game, we've lost the game. Against Man United in the league, we lost the game. So the two games we've lost after European football, we've conceded late on. So if Moyes is thinking, I need to be a little bit careful, I need to make sure that we don't concede a late minute goal, how do you do that? Well, you make sure your team's all right to last 90 minutes. So if we have to be a little bit quieter in the first half, I get it. It's risky, but I get it. Am I more confident or more same as before? A little less, but I'm still confident we can go on and win, but not as confident as I was anymore. I'm no longer comfortably confident. I'm cautiously confident now, if you like. If that's the phrase, I don't know. Is that a phrase? I'm going to do it. And Stephen says, great save from Fabianski. It was, but it's what I call a camera save. Looks good, but I didn't expect him to make it. You know, it was right at him. It was just above his head. He's got to be saving that. If that somehow ended up in the back of the net, it would have been put down. There's a shocking goalkeeping error. Fabianski didn't save that. Good save, but it's not that good. It's not world class or nothing. Anyway, what are you saying, Walsh?
Yeah, same. I mean, it's just dead. Like, I think early doors, we looked better. I think you were like, okay, right, we're seeing something here. We're moving it around. And they weren't really firing on all cylinders. And I think as the game's grown on, I still don't think they're firing on all cylinders, but we just sort of seem to have gone, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. You just do whatever you want. And there's no real, like... And to be honest, it's becoming a bit of a... I don't want to say it's a worrying trend, but the last couple of games we have... The first halves and stuff, we've been like, want a bit more from us right now. Want a bit more from us. Now, the good thing is, obviously, is that the last couple of games we've gone, okay, well, here's more from us. And then we've stepped up and we've got it done when it needs to be done. Unfortunately, like when we had the last game where we were like, we weren't quite firing. We still felt very solid and professional. This isn't that kind of performance. We're a little bit under par. And I think halftime's come at the right time. Earlier would have been nicer, maybe, but we're at least glad of halftime existing so we can maybe rearrange what's going on.
Yeah, I'm still okay with it. It shows how far we've come, though. We play average at best in the first half, and it's 0-0 against Tottenham. Yes, there's negatives there, but there's also positives too. So I'm sort of like, I'm feeling okay. I still think we're going to go on and win the game. And generally, I've just said to people in the live chat and stuff, the change I would do is swap Fornals and Benrahma. I'm fed up of Højbjerg and Skip passing the ball about. We're not getting anywhere near them. Put Fornals in there to run around like a dog and chase them, stop them getting 4 touches, cut them down to 2 touches each, and all of a sudden you might force them into an error. They've got to shift the ball a little bit quicker, help us get out the pitch a bit. I just think it's too easy for Højbjerg and Skip at the minute because Souček and Rice are 10 yards away from them, which is fine. If they get closer, it opens up the space for Ndombele and Kane. So I get why Souček and Rice are where they are, but Ndombele's having a really good game. He's not doing anything too fancy. He drops back, does a couple of little triangles, turns and runs, and Rice has got to go with him. Rice or Souček has to go with Ndombele and leaves a nice bit of green space for Højbjerg and Skip to play in, move forward a couple of yards. That's the problematic area, in my opinion. Stop them too, because they're running London Stadium. Get Fornals in there, get Fornals in their faces, and it protects Souček a little bit. Souček's in the yellow card. You've got to take that into consideration now. You know, you've got to look after him. You can't put him in a position where he's at risk of getting sent off again. But listen, second half's way to start, Walsh. I'm going to bounce, and I'll be back at full time for the review. Cheers, Walsh.
Thank you very much. I'll see you then. And remember, everyone, Gia will be back at full time for that review. I will put the link the second it exists in the live chat. I will spam it in there, so you literally don't have to do a single thing. You'll be able to just hang out here, relax, chillax, and then you'll have the link for the review. Anyway, so the second half is now underway. I need to not press that. I need to press this, and then press. Hang on a second, and I need to press this. Then I need to press this. There we go. The second half has begun. Remember, if you're looking for a stream, check it out in the Discord link below. If you're here just for the if you're here just for the build up for halftime, all that good stuff, then hey, I appreciate you for coming. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you're right here, like the video, all that good stuff. I will be live for the rest of the half, though, talking about hopefully a big West Ham dub. Hopefully as well. My internet should be slightly better now. I did restart it. There was a very tense moment where I was like very concerned that I wasn't going to be able to get back in time. But I did, and we're here. We're here for a second half. Hopefully a renewed performance from West Ham. Hopefully a more energetic performance from West Ham. David Moyes getting a little bit giddy there, trying to get involved with the play, get the ball. I think Gio's idea of maybe swapping Benrahma and Fornals around, not the worst idea in the world. And I think also you have to look at it and you say, well, Tottenham aren't lightning down the right-hand side so far today. And so sacrificing a bit of defensive work rate on that left-hand side to try and shift it over into the center wouldn't be too bad. If you'd said maybe you swap around Bowen and Fornals, for example, I'd be a bit more concerned, but it's not happening. But Mora's through in a good position here. Tries to play it into Harry Kane, but it's way too close to Fabianski, who collects it. Way too close to Fabianski, who collects it. It was, I think that's Ndombele and Ndombele who was getting forward there as opposed to Mora. Benrahma just on the outside of the area, tries to hit a shot, can't quite find it. Bowen straight into the defender again, tries to win the ball back, can't. Souček does though. Bowen's there. Lay it off, Bowen. Benrahma is there. Benrahma. West Ham have got, look, Spurs have got everyone back now, but West Ham at least have possession of the ball. I said that. A ball pass into Souček means Spurs win it back. But yeah, if you were saying to me you would sacrifice a bit of that defensive work rate down our right-hand side, Spurs left, then I would be a lot more concerned. But down our left-hand side, Spurs right, so far today, I'm not super scared about that. However, Moyes just won't do it. He won't do it anyway, so it makes no difference. Kane, an awful pass directly into the feet of Ben Johnson, whose control was not any much better than Kane's pass. West Ham almost lose out on what was basically gifted possession there, but doesn't quite. We still can maintain it. Defense deals with it relatively well. Tottenham are pressing us a little bit more right now. Pressing us a little bit more, getting into the space of the two DMs, trying to stop us playing forward. And to be honest with you, it's working relatively well. It's working relatively well. Souček tries a big over the top through ball for Pablo Fornals. Can't quite find it. Tottenham regain possession. Tottenham regain possession. I am watching it on Sky Sports. Yes, I didn't see any of halftime though because I was changing my internet. I was not changing it. I was restarting it, so I missed all of halftime. But I am watching on Sky Sports. Yeah. Yes. West Ham not pressing like we usually do either. A little bit of pressing there, but not a lot. We're playing a lot more reserved than we usually play for the rest of this season. We're playing a lot more reserved. I don't know whether that's because David Moyes is particularly concerned about Tottenham, whether he's concerned about it being a big team or whatever. We're just playing a lot more reserved than we usually do. And so we're not pressing in the way that we usually do. We're not attacking in the way we usually do. It's a good opportunity for... Skip almost scored there for Tottenham. The ball came across them from the left-hand side, played in, and he was basically free inside the box. Our defense is all over the shop today. That ball across in, I think it was Reguilon, and Skip was there. That was such a good opportunity for Tottenham. It doesn't quite work out. Lucas Moura plays it outside of the boot through ball to Reguilon, who plays it back across, and it's just behind Skip. To be fair, I don't know how much more Skip could have done, but my God. That's so good. Our defense is not good today. Our defense is not good. They are just a little bit all over the shop. The organization just isn't there. Like that opportunity, they were just all over the shop. There was no structure to it at all. Corner kick right into the first man from Tottenham, and they're all the way back in their own half again. I wonder if it's because of all the yellows. I think that's probably a fair point, maybe. A fair point. I mean, the referees, again, I feel like our pressing usually isn't really even about tackling. It's just about stopping them from passing, and we're not really getting in that at all. Good opportunity here from West Ham, though. Antonio tried to find it into Bowen. Bowen couldn't quite get it at his feet. It's cleared away, but West Ham maintained possession of the ball. We also look desperate to pass backwards. We look very desperate to do it. Ben Johnson striding forward there, tries to tap it around at the Spurs defender, but Højbjerg counters it out when he gets it around. Yeah, we seem a bit desperate to pass it backwards as well. The body language every time a player receives the ball opens themselves up to pass it, but back. We're not looking to advance the play too much. I don't know. It's frustrating so far. It's very frustrating. Yeah, I agree with that, Aaron. I agree with that strongly. I don't mind pressing so high as long as when we press, we do it as a group. Exactly that. And what we usually do is we do it as a group and we do it calmly. We just try to eliminate passing lanes. We don't try and skip with a shot, save from Fabianski. It wasn't a very good shot, but yeah. You want us to just reduce the passing options. That's what we usually do. We're not usually howling at the players. We usually just try to get into spaces to make it a bit awkward for them. But we're just not doing that today. There is a real lack of something in this team today. Antonio especially doesn't look up for it at all. He is sulked all game. And I don't like saying that. Don't mean this to be harsh to the guy. But like, there's been several times where there's an opportunity again to press, to stop Spurs doing something. And instead he's looking somewhere else, just moaning about something. I don't know what he was annoyed about there. The first time I remember was, of course, when the referee didn't give a foul against him and he felt like it was, and the play literally happened around him. But that second time there, I don't know. There's just something not quite right about Antonio today. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is. Michael, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're all good. Worried about Souček on a yellow, leaving it all to Rice. If he picks up a yellow, we'll have a problem. Very true. Very, very true. Very true. And Dombele trying a through ball to Harry Kane. I tell you what, it was a good idea, but Angelo Ogbonna cancels it out. Spurs are pressing. Spurs are doing the pressing. We're not. Now, they're being a bit more head first, headlong into it than we usually are. But yeah, I don't know. Johnson spreads it out to Fornal. Was a bit lucky to actually finish that pass, but it happens. Cresswell picks it up, maybe a bit more central than he wants it, about on halfway line. Rice out to Johnson. Bowen's just ahead of him. Finds him. Bowen tries to whip it in on his strong foot. Can't quite get there. West Ham regain possession of the ball still from the clearance. Start passing it around. Benrahma out to Johnson. Again, there's so little invention and almost verve from this team. It's just like Rice tries to charge forward, plays it into Fornals, who lays it back to Benrahma. Again, West Ham just playing it around just outside the area in the middle of the park here. Antonio on the edge of the area for some reason. He's by the right-hand corner flag, playing 1-2s with Ben Johnson, plays it in with his weak foot to 2 Spurs. West Ham. Benrahma again trying to play it in, maybe try to bulldoze their way through. Handball against West Ham. It's a free kick in Tottenham's area for Tottenham. It's just not, you know? I don't know. I can see subs are needed. No place Vlasic and Lanzini needed, I think. Yeah, I'm starting to think you're right, Christopher. I'm starting to think you're right, to be honest with you. I'm starting to think you're right. Leagues beats. How are we looking, guys? Just jumped on. No is the answer to you, mate. No. Lifeless, tired. Just a sort of, you know what I mean? One of those sort of performances. It's just not happening so far. Look, it's 0-0 because Spurs are far from their best as well. But at this point, you're like, you want more. You want more. You want to see more from everyone. Switching it wide just opened up Spurs more of that. Yeah, if we switch it quicker, that will help us. The problem is we don't switch it quick enough. It's so lackluster. It's so slow. We don't switch it up with any sort of pace whatsoever. We're just like, you know? Spurs trying something, and again, just Højbjerg just dinking it into space when no one is. It is what it is. What score do you think is going to happen? I'm willing to back down from my 3-2 now. I'm willing to back down from my 3-2 now. I don't know. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at a 0-0. Wouldn't surprise me at a 0-0. I don't know. My confidence from before the game is mostly dissipated now. Not because I think we're going to get battered or anything like that. I'm just like, we're not firing today at all. And Spurs aren't either. So the idea of a 3-2 isn't mad. I mean, it's weird because there's certain players like Fornals, I think, is still doing a lot. I think Fornals is having a good game. I think Ben Johnson's doing pretty well. Decent ball in for Antonio, just over the top, can't quite find him. Ben Rama picks it up on the left-hand side, pulls it across the box. Fornals is there. That's a good tackle, to be fair. Rice regains it, loses possession instantaneously, and now Spurs can counter-attack here. Lays it off to Harry Kane, just on the right-hand side, tries to pull it back across the box for Son. Good save, Fabianski. Just comes and collects it before Son can get there. And West Ham tries to counter-attack with pace here. This is good. This is good. This is what we want. Cresswell, down the left-hand side, finds Fornals. Just on the edge of the area here, on the corner of the area, Fornals has Cresswell on the overlap. Finds him. There's no options at all. Cresswell tries to put it in. There is no options whatsoever. That was a really good position and a really good opportunity for West Ham there. Cresswell was there. Fornals was there on just on the edge of the area. Fornals turns on the inside, trying to look for someone just in and around the area. And there was two players. I think it was Ben Rama. It was probably Bowen and Ben Rama, maybe. Antonio is just wandering about on the pitch. I don't know what's wrong with him right now. Is he fit? Because I don't think he is. He's just wandering about with no... Frustrating. Commentator made a good point. Touch football just isn't there today. I mean, yeah, sometimes we do that. I said this the other day, and I don't know how people feel about this, but especially in the Ghent game and to an extent the Everton game, but mostly the Ghent game, we're looking very Pellegrini at the moment. We're getting forward with enough numbers, and we're getting forward, but once we get forward with the numbers, we just sort of don't know what we're doing with the ball. It's not rapid anymore. Fabio Fornals does well there, to be fair. And he's taken down by Romero, who decides to scream at him after. And Pablo Fornals is very unhappy about it. Pablo Fornals, I've never seen reacts like that. Romero took Pablo Fornals down. Romero goes across to him, starts saying something to him, shouting at him about something, saying something. And Pablo Fornals, incensed, grabs at Romero's ankle and tries to pull him and just like straight away get him. Romero, I can see mouthing to him, get up. I think Romero is trying to say there that Pablo Fornals went down potentially a bit easy. Romero tried to walk away just to get himself out of the situation. Declan Rice's captain is now pushing away Tottenham's horde. Tottenham have just all around the ref here. Romero does end up getting a yellow card. Let's have a look at the replay there, but maybe what this game needed. Yeah. So Romero, his challenge looked okay, but he does go, he wins the ball, but he does go through the back of Pablo Fornals to get it. He does kind of hack at Pablo Fornals to get it. And so he is kind of, he gets the ball, but he isn't, you can see why Pablo Fornals is on the floor. Anyway, he's accusing Pablo Fornals of sort of feigning it, going down, not easy, but just like simulating whatever, right? Terrible throw. We are the worst. Name a team worse at throw-ins than us. I can't. And Pablo Fornals reacted in a way I've never seen him react. He was so angry. I don't know what Romero said to him, but he was furious. He was utterly furious. Anyway, it's a handball for on against Lucas there. West Ham get a free kick in a very good position. Cresswell over the top of him. I think it was a handball against Lucas, or maybe it was a foul against Lucas. Either way, it's a free kick to West Ham in a really good position. Aaron Cresswell's still down from it. He took a hard tumble there. Free kick is just sort of on the corner of the box, just outside the area on the left-hand side. Probably in a bit of an awkward place to shoot, so you're probably going to look at a cross here. Dead ball might be our best chance. Yeah, I agree. Looked like a spit. I don't know if he spat at him, but he certainly said something. It looked like multiple people say spit, to be fair. I didn't see that, but there was just a lot of anger. It was just a lot of anger. Ed's back, and as you'd expect, Hi Charlie tried to catch Frog. Yes, they missed. It's good to see you, Ed. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome back. Free kick, like I say, in a decent enough area. It's not a shooting area. Cresswell's over the top of it, as is Ben Rama. This is probably going to be a cross. Antonio doesn't look like he's in a great position to do anything with it. Played in, looking for people behind him. Nope, is the answer to that one. Ogbonna collects it far on the right-hand side. Fornals lays it into Bowen. Zuma tries to turn. Ooh, Zuma trying a little something. Didn't quite work out. Maybe the incident between Romero and Fornals is what this game needed. Maybe we'll see a bit more energy. Maybe we'll see a bit more zhuzh. A bit more fire. We'll see how it goes. It certainly fired up the crowd. We'll see how it ends up playing out. He spat on Fornals. I got multiple people saying he spat then, to be fair. It didn't look like a spit to me. It just looked like he was screaming at him. Which if he did spit, then I don't know. I hope you're also well. Yeah, I'm a bit all over the shop. I can't lie to you. I'm not super well. I feel a bit crap. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm like West Ham's performance today. Do you know what I mean? I'm not abject and awful. I'm just like, ugh, you know. Declan Rice getting his way through. Mikel Antonio picks up the ball, tries to play it back across the area. It's a great opportunity. No one's there. Ben Rama on the far side picks it up, hits it with his left. A good block, to be fair. No one got on that one. That's so annoying. Flag goes up for offside. Declan Rice does well to get the ball and to play it forward. And yeah, Mikel Antonio is about eight miles offside. Call him M&M because he's 8 miles offside. Then he tries to play it back across the area. I mean, it doesn't. The rest of it doesn't matter at that point because he was offside. But frustrating. Antonio's body language is right. It is to me too. He just looks dead. I don't know if he's fit. If he's not fit, he's clearly not in the best state of mind because he does not look happy at all. He's just trudging about with no real energy and no real want or need for anything. He's just, I don't know. Substitution for Antonio's potential, but the problem is when you don't have a backup striker, who else do you put there? I guess you put Bowen or Yarmolenko there and you try to figure out the rest of it, but like, I don't know, man. This is why you need a second striker in it, if we're being honest about it. That's why you need a second striker. Lethargic, yeah. Benny taking too many touches today. Potentially. I mean, he usually does, to be fair, but potentially. Antonio looks like he didn't get the night off Thursday and played 85 minutes. Antonio looks like he played 85 minutes yesterday. And again, he's gone down here and he's just sat on the floor. The ball's gone. And he doesn't need to get up. The ball's nowhere near him. The players in Tottenham have the possession of the ball. But like, at the same time, you're just like, you know, do something, lad. Do something. Haven't been watching the games. Does no reflect how the game's gone? Not a classic. It's certainly not a classic. I'll tell you that much ahead. Neither of us are playing particularly well. You'd probably say beginning of game, first 15, 20 minutes, whatever, you'd probably say we were the better side. Maybe a little bit less than that. First, then straight after that, it's been pretty much all Tottenham. We've both had chances-ish, but neither of us have really taken them to any strong extent. Nil-nil's fair. Neither teams have come up with any sort of classics. It's not a classic by any stretch of imagination. This is the most fiery it's been the entire time. It's been mostly dead for the rest of the game as well. We definitely need a second striker. It's just anyone, man. Just anyone. Move Burn up Fornals on the right and Vlasic on the left. Potentially Logan. I mean, we're looking at anything at this point, and it's kind of frustrating because we're looking at anything to take Antonio off. And usually he's the guy who can do like something amazing, but today he's just all over the shop. There, he's just fouled Højbjerg there. And it's what are you doing, bro? What are you actually doing? You know what I mean? Charlito, my boy Peach, how are you, my friend? I hope you're good. Hope you're well. I can't do it with the same like energy you can. You know what I mean? You bring a vibe to it. I can't. I try though. I am again just screaming my own name now. Just screaming my own name. Johnson trying to do something with it. Can't. Just pass it straight out of play. Do you know what, people? As I've said previously, look, we're looking for we're on the search for the new orange, because obviously doctor said lay off the oranges a bit. So we tried a baby bell in the last match. We didn't try it. I just ate the baby bell, but then we did subsequently score 2 goals. So we're going in for round 2 on the baby bell. We're going to see if that can affect the performance, affect the vibes. We're just going to see what happens. We're just going to see what happens, you know, see how the vibe changes once we consume the baby bell. Would rather Thog Dad up front than Antonio. Listen, Thog Dad, I tell you what, he gives you no less than 110% every game. That's Thog Dad. You gotta respect it. Fornals does well to keep hold of possession now under pressure from Royale Emerson. I don't know why I called him Royale there, from Emerson. Like, doesn't do anything with it, but he does well to at least keep possession of the ball. Unfortunately, we've just booted it forward. Nothing happens from it. Try and open this away from the mic because it is a rustly. The packet is rustly, even if the wax is not. You know, that's a good thing about a baby bell. Once you get past the rustle of the packet, it's a silent snack. You know, like watch this. Like I'm opening it up. No noise. No noise. Do you know what I mean? You're not waking the kids with this one, you know? You know, you're not disturbing the dog. Do you know what I mean? But there's no unreal way to eat a baby bell. You know what I mean? Like I was shoving oranges in my mouth. Like no. And was it the technique as opposed to the food? Who knows? All right. We'll just eat this all casual. We'll see what happens. Everything seems so laboured, clueless in front of goal. Yeah, strongly agree with Chris. Strongly agree with you. We look so goddamn dead. It's just happening. It's just I just eat the whole thing though. Outside. No, Hammer's down under. I will not eat the wax. Don't go too early on the baby bell. Is it too early? Look, 20 minutes to go. This is when you want to see subs made. I don't think it's too early for the baby bell. And I will not be eating the wax. Just eat the orange on match day, John. I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, then I'd have a bunch of oranges just sat around going moldy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Kane trying something here for Spurs. Can't quite wriggle through. Straight into the hands of Fabianski. In goes the baby bell. Big ball over the top. Looking for Antonio. Lloris comes out and stops it. The fans perhaps fairly shouting about maybe a yellow card for the collision on Lloris. I don't know. Lloris goes up for it. I don't think so. He doesn't collide with Antonio. If he made any sort of connection to a significant extent with Mikel Antonio there with his foot, then I would be saying there should be at least a yellow for that, given it's happened with our players. But not yet. Almost done with the baby bell, people. Rank never liked them. I didn't have them that often, but I'm fine with it. I'm 100% fine with it. You know, I'm 100% okay with them. If you give me a cheese string, I'm happy. Yeah, you give me a cheese string, I'm happy. The baby bell has been consumed. Well, now here is the control. Will the boys fire up? Let's see what happens. Would you take a draw against Tottenham? How well we're doing at the moment? Would you take a draw against Tottenham? I mean, I would. I said in Spanners. I said in Two Spanners. Two Spanners, One Hammer, of course, the Patreon exclusive podcast on Hammer's Chat, made just for you. Patreon.com/Hammer's Chat is the place you can find that. I said on Spanners that if I was to get 3 points from either this game or the Genk game, I would have picked the Genk game. And if we got 3 points in the Genk game, I would have taken a draw here. So would I take a draw? Yes. But at the same time, I'm like, I think this game's there to be got at. I don't think Tottenham are playing particularly well. You know? Antonio into Fornals, trying just to find Jarrod Bowen, couldn't quite find him. But Fornals does well to win it back, to be fair. Fornals hits it. Fornals shot it, deflects up off the defender just over the bar. Fornals is actually having a good game, to be fair to him. I think Fornals is doing decent. I don't know who it was who tried to take it. What Spurs player it was? Fornals tries to play it across to Bowen. Doesn't quite work out. And then the Spurs defender who collects it just tries to step out, top it around Fornals, who just stops him, collects it, pops off a shot. It deflects on the underside of a Spurs player's leg and goes out for a corner. But it was incredibly close. The corner now on the left-hand side. Fornals and Cresswell standing over it. Are we looking for this short routine again? No. They thought about it for a second, didn't go for it. Cresswell stands over it now. Whips it in. Yes! He's done nothing all game, but he's done it. He's done it. Mikel Antonio scores. Oh. We will take it. I'll tell you what, our set pieces have gotten significantly better over the last couple of weeks. They've been poor this season. We're not going to act differently. They have been poor. However, they've taken a step up the last couple of weeks, and that's another one. Mikel Antonio with a goal. It's West Ham United 1, Tottenham 0, and Aaron Cresswell with yet another assist. 3 in 2 games now for Aaron Cresswell, maybe more. I can't remember the game before that. My God, he doesn't even jump. The ball in from Cresswell. Souček attacks it. Rice goes to the near post. It just drops to Mikel Antonio, who's being held by Harry Kane, trying to stop him. He just sticks out a leg and it's in. Oh, it's 1-0. My God. My God. We'll take that. We will take that. The cheese. The baby bells. Have we found our new orange? Is it the baby bell? All hail the baby bell. Have we found it? It feels like we might have found it, ladies and gentlemen. It might be the baby bell. Might be the might be the thing. Might be the thing. I saw. Where is it? I can't find your comment now. I can't find your comment now. Arsenal Fan Circle is here. Good channel. Go subscribe to them. I can't bloody find your comment, dude. Where is it? Arsenal Fan Circle. There we go. Why was Kane marking him? Kane's having a poor game, but I'm fine with it. Mark Antonio, who you want. That's fine with me. You want some strong marking, you've got to stop him. But there you go. If you haven't already, subscribe. Good dude. Eat another cheese. Lots of people shouting for the cheese. I'm not going to eat them all, mainly because my girlfriend would kill me, but I will eat a second one. I will go in for a second one. Again, I feel like this is maybe a bit early to go in for a second one, but we'll go for a second baby bell. We'll see if that does affect. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. Have we scored more from set pieces than open play goals? Potentially? No, not this. No. No, because I think I'll say of late, yes, probably. If you're looking at the last couple of games, yeah, definitely, I think. But in general, no, I think because we've been poor at set pieces up until like 3 games ago, when all of a sudden we woke up and I don't know how. Is it bollocks too early? But a second one that quickly after. Look, I'll try it. Look, I'll go in for it. Look, I'm doing it. The chat wants it. I'm going in for it, right? Again, the silent snack. I'm opening it. You can't hear it. But listen, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Jeez, OD, save at least one for Wednesday. All right, I'll save one for Wednesday. I'll save one because you only get like 6 in a pack. How many are left in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you only get 6 in a pack. So, and trust me, my girlfriend can plow through some baby bells. So we'll see what happens. But I'll try and keep one for Wednesday. 1-0, 15 minutes left of the game. Tottenham haven't looked particularly like scoring either, and so that could be, and I would be fine with it. Could be the win. Could be the winner. What about if I got like a fondue? Just had it going on back there. And just whenever we needed it, pop back and grab a bit of fondue. Options. Antonio looking a bit more lively now, running about. He finally looks like he's woken up. Took him 70 minutes to get there and a goal, but once he was there, he finally woke up a little bit. Baby Bell number 2 has been consumed. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it vibes. What? What's major? How? I got these from Tesco. How did I not see that? I'm fuming. Absolutely fuming. What do you call a row of men waiting for a haircut? Barbecue. I'm glad you're back, Ed. I'm glad you're back. It was necessary. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm Korean Hammers and I'm happy one in my room. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, my friend. Hope it's all good over there. I genuinely appreciate it. No idea how to. I won't try to pronounce your name because I can't read Korean, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll give a Korean reference for you. Girls' Generation. SNSD, you know what I mean? EXID, another great band. BTS, overrated. Ben Rama, disaster class. I love him, but get him off. I don't know if it's a disaster class, but it's not. Big Tesco, not Express. Okay, that was probably the issue then. I could go to Big Tesco. It's just a bit of a trek. You know? And this was very much a late night yesterday at 10 something running to the Tesco to get food before it shut at 11. West Ham sitting deep here, trying to just hold Spurs off. We're sort of reverting back to what we were doing before the goal. Again, we're not overly pressing and we're not doing anything. We're just sort of trying to constrict the spaces in and around the area, very compact. And Spurs didn't have too many answers beforehand, and they don't seem to have too many answers right now. I was very confused. The transition there to opening up to show the Liverpool Manchester United teams coming out of the team buses, I was very confused about what just happened. I was like, what are they showing us a replay? I don't get what's going on. I'm so scared and confused. This is how little I watch Premier League Sky Sports, by the way. Well, at least to this level. To this level, you know what I mean? Charlito, what are we? We are massive, bruv. Massive. Big plays. You got to respect it. You've got to respect it. Again, we're just sitting very deep right now. We're just allowing Spurs to have all of the ball. And to be honest, Spurs don't have too many answers right now. We don't have too many answers right now. We're just keeping hold of it, chilling, relaxing, maxing a call, all that good stuff. Allowing them to just sort of pass the ball around in the sort of defense in the midfield area on the halfway line with no real danger of anything happening. Like I said, Spurs haven't had too many answers when West Ham have done this. They've got close a couple of times, a little wriggly 1-2s, mostly through Son, but they've not really looked too dangerous. And at that stage, to be honest with you, I think it's all right. I think it's okay. I think we can be calm about it. We can be calm about it. Romero spreading the ball out wide, looking for that regular pass, can't quite find it. Johnson just cancels it out. Tottenham do regain possession of the ball, but 5 minutes have basically gone and not a single thing has happened in this game, which only suits us. Kane trying to find Emerson out wide. Good block by Declan Rice. Emerson still has the ball. Fornals now gets involved. Emerson does well there, to be fair, to find anyone from that. Kane back to Dyer. Mora tries to play it through to Emerson. It's a good interception from Cresswell. Fornals then lays it down, just trying to find Antonio. Couldn't quite find him. Romero, Emerson. Again, Spurs trying. This is a bit more dangerous from Spurs, but headed away well from Ogbonna. Ben Rama can't get the control. It's just a little bit too far ahead of him. Spurs regain possession of the ball. Now they've worked their way down the left. They've not really gone down the left as well in the second half. I don't know. It's just, the hook out from defense there from Jared Bowen was just all over the shop. Not very good at all. Declan Rice wins the ball back well from Mora. Souček out to Cresswell as West Ham try to stream forward here. Antonio picks up on the left-hand side, back to Cresswell. Lanzini's ready to come on in any moment. Back heel can't quite be found. Antonio keeps the ball on. Spurs will stood still there. Antonio plays the ball through. Benrahma. Lloris gets out well to stop it. Bowen, second time. Good tackle by Emerson there. Benrahma can't quite wiggle his way through two players. And now Spurs on the counter-attack. Højbjerg in the middle of the pitch. Just strides across the halfway line. He has Ndombele looping behind him. Reguilon's now overlapping him. Plays slow down slightly. Reguilon tries to loft it in. Off the head of Ben Johnson. Out for a corner kick. Corner kick to Spurs. Lanzini probably about to come on. Spurs stood absolutely still. This Antonio's woken up since the goal. It's good to see, but Jesus Christ, it took him long enough, but he has got there. I've just seen a video on Facebook of Højbjerg allegedly calling Antonio something racist. Absolutely disgusting, that's what he indeed said. I guess I'd have to look at it. But yeah. I didn't notice it. But then again, everyone said Thingy spat on Fornals, and I didn't see that either, so who knows? Spurs are going more attacking here. Brian Gill coming on for Reguilon. Good young player, Brian Gill, to be fair. Not quite happened yet at Spurs, but he is a decent player. Nuno just shaking Reguilon's having a deep conversation with him. Elsewhere, we are seeing Spurs number 18. And why do I know who he is. I can see him. I recognize him. Who are you? Where's the name? It's Lo Celso, of course it is. He's got the beard. That's why it's confusing me now. He's got a beard. For Ndombele. That second one specifically fills me with some hope. I can't lie. I liked Lo Celso a lot, but it's not worked out for him at all, has it? Said Benrahma coming off for Manuel Lanzini. Manuel Lanzini coming on. More baby bells. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. I've had two. I can keep two. You know what I mean? I'll keep it at the two. You know, the first one, we saw the reaction. Second one, we've yet to see that reaction yet. Maybe one is the balancing point. We'll see how it works out. We can't just lob baby bells at the issue. You know what I mean? We're at danger of it becoming a big orange situation where I just keep lobbing them at it. And then, you know, it is what it is. Son to take the corner for Spurs out on that left-hand side. Puts it into a decent enough area, but Antonio's where to head away. And West Ham win the ball back from Son. Bowen streaming forward. Son's going to catch up to him here, but Bowen, he probably should have passed it way earlier than he did. Bowen just runs out of steam. He should have passed it way earlier than that. It was an option there. Lanzini was there, but instead he just carried on going and going and going, and it just ends up running into a dead end where Son can catch him. And West Ham get back into defensive formation very quickly right now. Five minutes left of the game, plus stoppage time. Second half, Spurs have yet to have a single shot on goal. West Ham have had 5, 2 on target. Spurs haven't had any, and they've had 6 touch in the opponent's box, Spurs, whereas we have had 16. Very much like the first half, the first section of the first half. Big, just a large amount of, very much in our favour. Very much in our favour. Spurs looking lifeless in the second half. And for the most part, it's not like we haven't. We got the goal and we've looked better since the goal has come in, but we still haven't stepped up again. But I tell you what, 1-0, take that literally all day. our decision making in the final third has been poor lately. Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. I think it's just not quite been there, you know, not quite been there. I agree with you there. I do agree with that. Hill just running into Lanzini there. West Ham boot the ball away as far as possible. We are very much parking the bus right now. We are very much parking the bus right now. Is that the end of the world? No, but we are definitely doing it. We are definitely doing it. There is no sense of trying to step out of that shell and going for goal. There is no sense of us like trying to do something. No, we are very much holding out for this one, and then just attacking, just sort of punting it when we can. Again, we're not pressurizing as much in this game as we usually do. We're not pressing as much in this game as we usually do. There's been a lot of opportunities like now where we should be doing that and we aren't. We're sitting deep. We've very, very clearly been told to just sit down and wait this one out. And that's what we're doing. We're holding true. And again, to be fair, like I said, Spurs haven't looked like they had much answers for that. When we've asked the question of what are you going to do when we sit deep, there hasn't really been any answers from Spurs, to be fair. And so I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. Good tackle there by Ben Johnson to get the ball away from Hill. And then the ball down the line to Mikel Antonio. West Ham are on the attack here. Down the right-hand side, Mikel Antonio, who's looked across. He's seen people. He pulls it back because Hill was catching up to him. Lanzini. Spurs have got a lot of people back now. It's not going to happen, unfortunately, in this opportunity. But it came close for a second there. Lanzini working it well with Antonio. Throw in for West Ham in a good position. Good position. Foe! My G, how are you? Hope you're well, my bro. Hope you're all good. Squeaky bum time indeed. You are not wrong, my friend. You are not well, but I hope you're well. Hope you're well, dude. Antonio collects the ball from the throw-in, instantly goes towards the corner flag. We are on full time wasting duty now, people. We're on full time wasting duty now. Antonio, it took 3 people to dispossess the ball from Mikel Antonio there. He was holding off Gil and who's the other player he came across? I don't know. But a third person came in, and that was the only thing that could stop Antonio there. He's had a poor game, but since the goal, he's just woken up. He's just woken up. Goals and assists this season, he's second combined. Only Salah is ahead of him with 11. He has 9 combined goals and assists this season so far, Mikel Antonio. Insane. And we've managed, and there we go, just a little bit of pressing from Declan Rice there. Forces Spurs all the way back to Hugo Lloris. I tell you what, we're well drilled. I mean, I don't like to see teams park the bus as much as the next guy. I'm not super keen on it. It makes sense in this position why we're doing it though, and we're well drilled when we do it. You can see the space. Foul against Pablo. Foul for Pablo Fornals there, just on the halfway line. Dawson for Bowen. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, we're about to see some changes. It is Dawson for Bowen. It is Dawson for Bowen coming on. We are, if you didn't think we were already, we are officially parking the bus. Jared Bowen, another performance there where you're like, it's not been a killer game for Jared. He's made some wrong decisions in the final third pretty consistently, but the work rate is at least there. The effort is there. Lucas Moura also coming off for Spurs for Stephen Bergwijn, however you want to pronounce his name. We are in stoppage time now. 3 minutes left. Well, 2.5, I guess, at this point. Cresswell lofts the ball forward. We're not committing numbers forward by any stretch of the imagination. Romero all over Antonio there. No foul given. Hope you like the bus, people, because we are firmly here. Hope you weren't going anywhere because the bus has been parked. Oh, Ben Johnson does well there. Just takes it round Brian Gill. Just confidently. And Antonio in the centre park, literally walking. Literally walking. Scratch that. May just got the countdown going. You love to see it. I will ask you at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 minutes away from full time. Who is your man of the match? Let us decide the Hammers Chat man of the match. I'm going to give it, I'll tell you what, I'll give it Fornals. I thought Fornals played well today. I thought in a game that's been quite difficult for a lot of our players, you haven't seen super speeds to it. I think he's been decent. I would give it to Pablo Fornals. Who do you think it was? Let me know. The person who gets the most amount of votes will be the Hammers Chat man of the match. Spurs playing it around, looking for something in the depth of this game. Song crosses it in, saved by Fabianski, comes and collects it. And he will take his time. With 1 minute left on the clock, he will take his time. Let's have a look. What are we saying? Cresswell, man of the match. Zuma or Johnson? Moyes must throw on Diop, Dawson, and Diop on most stage strikers during the Premier. Not wrong. Ben Johnson proved me wrong. Zuma at the moment. Zuma or Fornals. Got to be Zuma. Johnson, Dawson has to be Zuma. Fornals plays well. Zuma or Johnson. Fabianski, ooh, nice. Glenn, good to see you. Put Spurs in place. Subscribe to Glenn Kitely. Everything Arsenal if you haven't already. What a dude. And you love to see it. Our defense again has been great. It's Zuma for me. Cresswell, man of the match. Zuma, Johnson, Fabianski saves first for the first half saves, especially versus Kane. Fair. Let's keep going, keep scrolling. Johnson, Fornals. He's the best we've had today. Not the greatest game, but there were flashes. That's fair. Rice, Zuma. I'd give it to Deck. Broken up a lot of Spurs. Second half. And there is the final whistle. It has ended here. West Ham United 1, Spurs 0. Flipping heck. Good times. Good times aplenty. Very concerned for a while there that it wasn't going to happen, but it did. Let's keep having a look. Zuma, Babybell, man of the match. Fair, Gordon. Cresswell gets man of the match. Fornals, very underrated. It's a difficult one. There's a lot of different options here. Babybell, man of the match, yes. Zuma is clear. Best part of our team has been the defense. Zuma is clear. Zuma, I love this bloody team. You ain't the only one. Babybell is man of the match. Babybell making a late search for it. Zuma, Fab. This is an important win. We've been doing well this season for both in Europe and England. You're not wrong. This is a great win. And also, if I'm not mistaken, there it is. Wally World with the 9.99. Thank you very much, my friend. Match-winning move, Charlie peeling the Babybell. We may have found the new orange, people. We may have filled the new orange. We might need to limit it to one because the second one didn't have the same effects. But we may have found the new orange. It might be the Babybell. See you next week, Leon. See you next week, my friend. See you next week. And I will give it to, I tell you what, there was a lot of Zumas. We'll give it Kurt Zuma. We'll give it Kurt Zuma, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the match for the Hammers Chat man of the match this week. Kurt Zuma, a huge amount of Zumas in the chat. Love to see it. I thought he's had a very good game as well. I just thought Fornals was constantly doing something. But we'll give it Kurt Zuma. I'm happy for that as well. I'm happy with that. The Hammers Chat man of the match. Late shouts for Johnson as well, and potentially the Babybell. You have to get the league table on the screen right now. Okay, well, listen. That can be done if I press this button. Let me just quickly pull up the table. The table, just in case you haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen, just before we do go to the thing. Table. 4th place, West Ham United there. On 17 points, only 3 points off second after 9 games. And you're looking at it, you're saying, look, Manchester United could draw us. They'd probably go ahead of us on goal difference if they won. Yeah, they would. But apart from that, you can't complain. You cannot complain. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the watch along for this week. 2 games, 2 wins. Love to see that. 6 points. You love to see it. Gio will be live in just a moment with the review. Here is the link in the chat. I'm placing it in there right now. Get on it. Click on that. Go and celebrate with Gio. He'll be live in just a moment over on our YouTube channel. So make sure to go and have a look at that. Thank you very much for coming. I love you all. Appreciate you as always. Remember, I am always live every single match day. doing these watch alongs. So make sure to come and get involved if you want. If you're vibing it, make sure to come and get involved. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, all of that good stuff. Remember, we are bloody massive. West Ham United 1, Spurs 0. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come on, let's go. Review. Go.